should go. We'll be live here in like just a second. It's
Live.
okay. we'll just wait. Awesome. I think we only have about 5 people, and probably 3 of them are us. So
I'm definitely one of them. So
yeah, that's all right.
That's
awesome.
They'll come in.
Yeah. Let me hit the chat. Just check the chat button. Right. Hey, Glenn. Hey, if you want to pop in here, Glenn, I'll send you a link if you want to come and hang out with us. We're just kind of hanging out, BS and chatting. And we're gonna try maybe do a little bit of work, but I think we're probably just gonna do a lot of BS. So yeah, if you want me to send you a link, buddy, I'll take it and I'll send you a link.
We're the BS pickers.
Awesome. Awesome. Hey, we got a couple people rolling in now. So awesome.
If we run out of space and someone wants to get in, I'll sign out of my other computer. Just let me know.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no problem.
Right now in the other room.
Yeah.
Just because I'm late and I don't want to walk around with my laptop, so sorry.
Hang on real tight here, Glenn. I'll send you a thing.
Suki wants to see everyone again. She's being really annoying today. This is Suki.
Okay, awesome.
She likes to sit in my lap while I list things on eBay, so she's probably going to be really bugging me right now.
Awesome. Cindy Rosen. Yeah, all right, guys. I guess we got about 11 people or whatever in here. Yeah, we're just gonna do kind of like the title says. We're just gonna do kind of like a live working hangout. We're all just gonna kind of be just sitting in here trying to do some work, maybe take some photos, do some listing, probably just BSing with you guys. If any of you guys want to pop in, feel free. If you got questions for any of us, go ahead and ask away. We'll try to answer them. We'll shout people out and stuff like that. So, but yeah, this just probably just going to be just a real informal, impromptu sort of thing. Just something a little different on my channel. But I miss hanging out with all these cool people and stuff like that. So it's just nice seeing everybody. How you doing, Glenn?
Doing good.
Hey.
Awesome. Cool. Does everybody here all knows everybody pretty much? Mike might be the only guy that everybody doesn't know.
That's the only one I don't know.
What's that? Okay, Glenn, the guy in the middle there, that's Michael French. He's from Newfound Past. He's got a really good YouTube channel. I've been following Mike since he started. I ran across his channel, and he's been reselling for about 20-some years. This guy's got a ton of knowledge. He finds a lot of really good hard goods, and he does a lot of stuff I do, but he's on another level than what I'm on. So
I just subbed to you, Mike.
Thank you.
And then I'm sure you probably know Justin RVA Flips.
Yeah.
Hey, Glenn.
Yeah. Awesome. So, yeah, and then Mike, that's Glenn the Swamp Picker. He lives real close to Lonnie Honeycutt down there in Louisiana.
Louisiana. I grew up in Arkansas, so
I'm in Baton Rouge.
He's right there.
Awesome. So, all right, yeah, we're taking. Let's see who all is hanging out here tonight. Geez, I already got about 20 people in here and just started this. So yeah, Cosmic Thrifter's in here. Nick, man, I can't pronounce your last name, so please forgive me. Cindy Rosen, Carla, Princess Casserole. Hey, Carla. Thanks for the comment earlier. Tammy's in the chat too. So yeah, Carla or Tammy, if you guys want to pop in here, just let me know and I'll take and I'll send you guys a link or whatever, and you guys want to pop in and just BS for a little bit. We're just going to try and do a little bit of work. Like I said, I don't know how much work we're going to get done, but we're just going to kind of hang out for a while. Like I said, I kind of miss seeing all these guys and what have you. So awesome. Glenn, did you find anything good today?
I'm just making noise.
Nothing today. Yesterday I found some stuff. I don't have it on this side over here. I have it next door, but I'll bring it over in a little while.
Awesome.
I posted a picture of a John Wayne bust. Weighs about 3 pounds.
Yeah. I think you posted
that.
You posted that on your Facebook, didn't you?
Yeah, I hit one garage sale yesterday, not far from where I live. Only like probably about a mile from where I live on the way to work. And then it had I only paid like 25 cents for that.
Oh wow!
At first I was looking at it backwards, and I thought, man, that's $25, but it looked like it, got priced right. Then I looked at it, had a cent sign, and I brought it up there and said, put this on my hold table and all that. So I found a bowl for 50 cents, a big painted bowl, and 3 Star Trek figures from '74.
Oh wow!
One was Spock, no clothes. One was Lieutenant Aurora, camera, no boots, and McCoy, but it didn't have a little gun or phaser or a little his medical box. But brand new in a box, some of those get like $130 or more, and some of them are getting $50 if they were accessorized. So I figured just maybe put them in a lot for 3, and I paid $5 for them. I had 10 originally on it.
Awesome. All right, who got the sale?
Yeah, who got
That was
that?
me. It's been slow to, dude. I've had like 4 or 5 sales today, but they've all been like super low. So hoping it picks up a little bit.
Kate, you have to get down because you're in my way.
I sold that pair of Can everybody hear me?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Okay, I sold that pair of boots this morning, Justin, like at 7 o'clock for $95, and haven't sold anything since.
Hey, man.
Nothing.
It'll pick up
So,
though. It's
that's the
only
way it goes. Yeah.
yeah.
I just
Still
sent out
early.
a bunch. I just sent out a bunch of offers, so maybe something will hit.
I need to do that today. I'm going to list a couple things first.
Yeah.
I'm trying to clean out my drafts I started here.
It didn't give me any today to send out. I'm gonna check again real fast. But when I checked it this morning, I didn't have anything sent out. I really want that feature to go live, like 100%.
Yeah.
Actually. 100%.
Yeah, it'd be nice to be able to do it off of your phone.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes. Yeah, the app definitely needs an overhaul. I feel like there's a lot of features that would just be quality of life improvements they could add to it.
I got tons of stuff
so-
this morning, but I'm saving it for my haul video, which I think
Yeah, that'll be an amazing haul, Lauren. You got
What time are you doing that, Lauren? Let's go ahead and get that. Let people know. Or do you
I
not have the time?
honestly don't know yet, but my guess would be sometime around early afternoon, like between noon and 3:30, because I know I'm gonna go watch the Vikings game, and the Vikings game is at 3:30. So, but I'd say between noon and 3:30. I'll set it up tomorrow morning when I know it's supposed to snow really hard here too, like through tomorrow. So
wow.
depending how bright it is, I'm gonna need to figure out a space to do it in. That's part of why I don't want to set my time yet.
Yep.
So.
Awesome.
Yeah, Andy, we got our butt kicked by Dallas, you know.
well, I won't call it a butt kicking, but man, I was shocked.
I was 10-13. Bed, but like you said, I mean, they scored everything basically in the first quarter, I think. And after that, it's more or less, they were just trading legs, going back and forth. I guess it was a good game,
Yeah, I watched the first half. Like I said, I'm up at 3 o'clock in the morning, as you know, Glenn, and man, I'm telling you what, I watched that first half. It was really, really good. It was hard to go to bed because man, our defense was amazing.
Right.
But yeah, when I got up in the morning, I was like, they won! Oh my god, I was like just completely shocked they pulled that out. So,
but normally we can win a game within the last 2 minutes. It seemed like it.
But it was like, well, I mean, Breeze had his worst game, and I don't know. I think it's been since about 2001 or something like that. I mean, he had a terrible game. So, and I'm tied with Lauren in our fantasy football right now.
I kicked your butt last week.
Yeah, you did. I think we've played twice, and you've actually beat me both times. I think you, me, and Steve and Steph, the Resell Killers, I think we're all tied for like 3rd place. And
I don't think I'm gonna win this week, though.
Well, I know I'm not. I played Steve and Steph. I played Steve and Steph this week, and I think they were already favored to beat me like about 30 points, and they don't even have a defense set yet. So definitely not looking good for me.
Yeah, I'm playing Dwayne.
Oh yeah. Well, you might be. Wait, no, he has. He's got Brady. I was thinking he had Breeze, but so I know Breeze didn't have a really.
My crate did just go through. Hold on.
Did you find anything good today, Justin?
I found a bunch of bread and butter, man. I'll do a small thrift haul next week, but I think the best thing I found is I got a couple Summer Comfort Peter Millar polos for $4 a piece.
Nice.
Not new with tags like Mike, but decent sales there. And then I did get an authentic pair of men's True Religion. I don't even pick up women's True Religion anymore, but I still do decent with the men.
I've gotten too many fake ones of those. I quit picking them up.
Dude, I got so.
I didn't realize like how many fake ones that were out there. I mean, those are horrible.
Yeah, they are. But it's luckily dude, when I first started doing this, man, I had to like train myself in damn near everything to get fixed, not anyway. And even still, I end up with stuff that goes in the trash pile. You know?
Right. I mean, honestly, I think a lot of us have had to kind of train ourselves in some way, shape, or form. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
God, thanks a lot of these guys here. It's definitely you guys have all definitely upped my game for sure. So definitely appreciative to all you for for that.
I got a pair of red. I don't know if you ever heard of red monkey jeans. That I found.
Are those the one that Lonnie picked up and they ended up being
No,
fake?
there's a different pair. He cut his up. He destroyed his.
Yeah.
But I found a pair at a thrift store. I found a pair of Levi's. This was about a year ago. I still have them, but I put them on like local a long time ago. But I took them down because probably get in trouble because it's having them. I guess But I guess if they ever came back to me and said, "Oh, you can have that," and I said, "Well, hey, I bought them from the Purple Cow thrift store over there on." You're gonna bust me. You're gonna take down this charity organization down with you.
Right.
So, but new they go for like $600 to $800.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Holy
I've
cow.
never
And Steve
never seen them in
Acorn,
the wild.
Steve did a video on one of them where he found a pair, but the tag, if it's solid red inside, it had like white or white on the outside or totally red, and you had the white inside the tag. If you looked inside the tag, it was white or something like that. So I knew they were fake as soon as he said that.
Wow. It's called what? Red Monkey?
Red monkey.
Wow. Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard of that.
That's kind of on my one of my holy grail.
More like hip hop pants. The hip hop pants.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The whole back of it's like a big Chinese.
Yeah.
Embroidery.
Well, Lonnie's had a bound nude woman on the back of his, but they were fake. It's very interesting.
That's crazy. I think my best jeans I've ever sold. I found a pair of Briones, which I didn't even know Brioni even made jeans. And I was like, I happened to I knew the name Brioni, but I found it on a couple shirts, a couple ties, and on some suits. And I just had me thumbing through the rack, and I seen it, and I was like, oh my God! I go, is it, I was kind of like, oh, am I seeing what I'm seeing? So I quick got my phone and I looked them up, and I'm like going, oh my God! I'm like going, and I think they go for like new. I think they were like $600 to $800 or something like that new. The person that bought them, they lived in Vegas, and I think I got over 100 and some bucks out of I just can't believe people pay $100 for a pair of jeans, and then let alone someone would pay $600 for a pair of jeans. That's just absolutely ridiculous.
Brioni is one of my favorite. I only have one piece of Brioni in my store right now, but that's one of my favorite brands to find out in the wild, man. And my stores don't know anything about it, so it's $4 for a short sleeve button front. It's great.
Yeah. It's one of those items. Yeah, they don't know anything about. Like we were talking before we went live here. I got that Patagonia Cinchilla quarter zip pullover. And it wasn't even orange tagged or anything like that. And like I said, the Columbias and American Eagles in my store are, $7.99 and $9.99. So, and obviously that's a huge difference in,
I see the thrift raiders in here. I run into her every once in a while at garage sales.
Oh, awesome. Hey, Thrift Raider, how you doing? Nice to see a reseller meetup again. Yeah. If you want to come in and hang out with us, just let us know, and I'll send you a link. We're just a bunch of us all just kind of hanging out, doing nothing. It's Saturday, just kind of Saturday afternoon or whatever. I think we're all kind of trying to do a little bit of work. I don't know how much we're going to get done, but we're just a bunch of us just kind of hanging out.
I'm at work right now. I'm doing my laundry and cleaning up. And...
You can do your laundry at work?
Yep. I got a washer and dryer here.
Oh,
this building used to belong to a Frigidaire repair center.
Oh, nice.
Washer dryer connector. I guess whenever they brought the units in, they had double doors kind of in the back. So
nice.
As soon as we moved over here, we put our washer and dryer in here. That's the first thing we did. That way,
That's awesome. I work with a guy. He's got a 5-year-old. He's got a brand new. It's basically brand new. He says it's about 5 years old. It's one of them big, like a GE or whatever it is, like front load. Washers, and he said he paid like almost $1,000 for this thing. He said the bearings and the seal went out of it.
Right.
And he had the guy come out and told him it was going to be like $600 to have this thing repaired. And I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? He goes, yeah. He goes, the bearings and seal for that. He goes, are $600. He goes, and it's 5 years old. He goes, I have no idea what to even do. And he goes, for $600. He goes, I can just go buy a normal wash machine. And I'm like, going, yeah. I go, that's what I do.
Got, the washing machine I bought here, this is the one I bought after our oven broke maybe five years ago, but paid like 300 for it, maybe 280, 300. Well, it had a bad it kept having problems at the beginning and all that. So I'll be on the 800 number and this and that. So it'll do this, do that, you know. The lid locks automatically, I guess, being childproof, which you know.
Right.
You know, that was just crazy. And but after they finally came and checked it out a couple of times, they needed to replace the whole big drum in there and a couple of other parts. It was like over $400 between the labor and the parts. And I said, why don't you just let me go buy a new machine, you know? So we'll fix it for you. You know,
yeah, right.
It's funny, you know.
Yeah.
I saw the invoices, you know, even though I didn't pay
One is done. When I used to live with my ex-wife, every time the fire, I'd be talking to my buddies on the phone, and every time our smoke detector was in a bad spot in the house, and that thing would go off anytime you almost cooked anything on the stove, and so I'd be talking to my buddies, and the thing would go off, and they would always go, "Dinner's ready," all the time. It was funny. Yeah, it's funny we use a smoke alarm. It is your oven timer.
Hey, somebody sent me a picture today. I actually got it from a lawyer, but you might know it, Andy. If I can get it pulled up.
Is that you again, Justin?
Yeah, that's me.
Man, you're killing it today.
Yeah, it's nothing. It's just a $28 rain spooner, kind of a common design. I took a best offer on it.
Nice.
It's a kind of a name of a background. I don't know if you can see it in the phone.
Yeah, I can't really
extreme close up.
Yeah, so I said FLOTONE, and they do backgrounds for like taking pictures.
Oh, okay.
You know, but cool. My lawyer / customer friend was in today picking something up. But he was in North Carolina, and his friend sells pottery. I said, yeah, if you're doing that, you want definitely a good background because the detail is really important on if you're selling a handmade pottery.
Right.
You know, versus this, you know, hard goods. But
yeah, that's awesome.
So I'm gonna look it up and see what it's about. But he said, I guess really type of stuff I sell, I don't really need a super good background. Just the basic.
Yeah. Now, garage sales done down there where you're at, Glenn?
They had about 4 or 5 today, but like I said, I just had so much. I had so much to do, but it wasn't a whole lot. Like I said, but if I would have taken time and all that, I probably hit 4 or 5. But like I said, I just hit one or two on the way to work, and none of them had nothing.
Right. Well, you guys have got Justin and Mike. You guys got garage sales where you're at? I know. I'm sure Lauren doesn't because
No.
No, I'm wearing cutoffs and a shirt.
Oh my God!
That tells you right there. You can still have them. That's where they do have them. But it was raining yesterday. When I hit yesterday, it was light rain. This morning it was raining pretty hard. So unless they had a carport or something, people weren't going to have a sale.
Sure.
They've pretty much dwindled down here. There's a lot of estate sales, but
right.
My main thrifting, I do it on Sunday. So my wife likes to go sourcing with me. So
right. Yeah, your wife's pretty knowledgeable as well, right, Mike?
Just as much, if not more than me. So.
I was gonna say, I love that one video you did where it was Mike versus the wife. I thought that was a great idea. I think what was it like Mike's finds and the wife's finds? That was really cool. I thought that was pretty cool.
And again, that was her idea. She who's the smarter of the duo. So.
Yeah.
I can't take my wife sourcing anymore.
She buy too much stuff for herself.
Well, because here's the game plan. Because I don't really pick women's stuff. It just I'll look at like the outerwear and that's about it. But she'll be like, okay, I'll go cover the women. You go do the men's. I come back and what'd you find? She's like, well, I got this, this, and this, and this, but I'm keeping it. And I'm like, okay, what did you get for resale? And nothing.
I can totally relate. It's I got this, and this. This is for one of the grandkids. This is for the grandkids. Hey, this is for us. And then I got this for me, and I'm like going, did you find anything I can flip? Oh, no, not today. And I'm like,
Yeah.
what the heck? I go, I got $30 worth of crap that I can't flip, so I can't recoup. But
But
You're still saving money because you have to go out and buy new stuff for them.
I know.
No, that's true. It's a pain because we use a business credit card when we source and our tax exemption, and then we're buying stuff for ourselves. It's two separate transactions. It just complicates the whole thing.
Sell it to yourself. Like you said, just sell it to you. If you bought it for $1, sell it for $1.25.
Yeah, we've done that before too. If it's just a few things, we'll do that. It's just
I do that on office supplies and all that when I find it. Sell it to myself here at work.
Yeah. That's actually a really good idea.
Yeah, when I owned my brick and mortar for 10 years, I'd find, like Glenn said, office supplies, store fixtures, display cases all the time at auctions and stuff. I buy it at the auction. Either, I could sell it back to the business or use it as a depreciable expense, so.
Wow.
Yeah, it's all a game. You can juggle.
Now, where are you located at?
I'm in Northern Virginia now. I used to live in Missouri.
Okay.
Yeah,
but I grew up in Arkansas. Yeah.
Me and Mike are relatively close. Only about 2 hours.
2 hours away. Yeah.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
I'm in the DC suburbs, unfortunately. So yeah.
He's in what I call the New York of Virginia.
I've been to
in the New York of Virginia.
I've been to Bethesda, Maryland, and Huntingtown, Maryland, that area before.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll occasionally go out.
Be crying. I don't know if you guys can see her in the screen.
I heard her.
Your dog's crying.
She wants to sit in my lap. What do you need? What?
Where's your other dog at? You have 2 dogs, right?
She's sleeping.
Oh.
She's not annoying like this one is.
Yeah.
This one's needy.
So Lucy's doing. Lucy's in bed, and by in bed I mean in my bed.
Yep, that's where my other one is too.
Well, she won't sit in my chair because she knows I get mad. Like I got for Christmas last year, my wife bought me a new recliner, and so dog was not allowed in my chair. So now she just goes to bed, and she goes to my bed. So I'm like, God dang dog. So and she won't come downstairs. So if I'm in the kitchen or anywhere else in the house, and she's always out there, but she will not come in the basement. We don't. Yeah, I'm sure it had something to do with. She's a rescue dog, so I'm sure it has something to do with when she was, before we got her and stuff like that. But
dogs have unique personalities. Like we have a set of sisters from the same litter, and our house is 3 levels, and the main 2 levels are 2 and 3, and the one of the dogs won't run up the stairs.
Really?
So I have to carry her. Well, she'll go downstairs. I have to carry her upstairs. She won't run upstairs at all.
This is all she wanted.
Yeah, lap baby. Yeah.
She likes to look out the window. You guys can't see, but there's a window right there, and she can't see out of it unless she's sitting in my lap. So, yeah. Even though she could go look out the living room window, but apparently it's not the same.
Hey, Justin Graham in the chat. Here's a good question for all of us. Justin Graham said, "Hey, do you guys or gals have a certain amount of time per day that you guys work on stuff, or do you guys just wing it? I have terrible time management."
I usually I'd say at least 4 hours a day. I usually
through the week I have a pretty much it's not a set schedule, but I have a routine.
Yeah.
I get up with my wife and get her off to work. Make her breakfast and stuff, and then I package up all my packages. I list. I know when the mailman's going to run, and my mailman's great, fortunately. So he knows to stop and get my packages, and then I list again. So, yeah.
I'm horrible with it. I'm full-time, guys, and so what I do with my day is I try to set a net dollar amount listed as my goal, because otherwise I'll just I get OCD about something, or I'll start working on something with YouTube, or that's why I like to do the shows in the morning, so I can get a video out of the way and get my day going after I go to the, get my packaging done after that, go to the post office. But I'm really bad about it. I actually have to keep a spreadsheet for myself to actually block how many minutes I'm actually spending listing.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Oh, wow. That's actually though really good. That's really a good idea though. And I know like Kevin, Tennessee Picker, he's in the chat here. He's got a whiteboard. He had a video here a while back, and I really liked what he did with his whiteboard. It's kind of like a calendar, and then he has it all kind of laid out. Just kind of gives himself some accountability for how he does stuff. And you know, I kind of thought about doing that even down here for myself, just to see like how much time I actually do spend being productive versus, you know, just doing stuff like this versus, you know, just doing whatever. Because I know during the week, I would say during the week, I'm probably an hour to 2 hour tops on, you know, between packing, shipping, maybe getting, you know, but like I said, you know, lately I've been working 11 and a half, 12-hour days. So, you know, the last thing I want to do is come home and start, you know, monkeying around. You know, I mean, I might pop into a thrift shop or something like that, but that's not, I don't look at that as being productive. So that's just me.
See, I consider sourcing fun. Like, I don't,
it is.
Sourcing, I don't even, I don't factor it in as part of the job, honestly. When I do like my time assessment for like how my, you know, time spent for like dollar made, sourcing to me is fun. I would be out shopping at thrift stores probably if, you know, it wasn't a reseller, so I enjoy it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I mean, God, I think we all love sourcing. I mean, that's the best.
That's the fun part, you know. But it's still working technically. You know? If you don't source, you don't make. If you don't source, you don't make money. You know.
Right.
Absolutely.
Hey, it's just like Bearded Picker says, you make your money when you buy, and I believe that 100%. I've been that way the past 20 years. You make your money when you buy it. So.
Yeah, I agree with that a lot, and I'm probably like the only person that's going to probably argue. I mean, not argue it, but because I actually no. I actually work with an individual that, you know, in theory, and I think that's a great theory, and for most people that is true. You do make money on the buy, but honestly, you make more money on the list, because if you never list that stuff, and you just got this gigantic death pile, and you're basically just a hoarder. Yeah, I mean, you know, you're not making. I mean, honestly, did you make any money on that? You haven't made a dime on that. And that's just how I look at it. You know, and I work with I kind of work with an individual that's like that, and he's always kind of talking to me. He's like, dude, he goes, my house literally looks like hoarders, but he goes, I can't stop thrifting. I can't stop. I'm like, dude, I go, will you buy? You gotta list it, man. I go, don't get me wrong. I said, I have some death pile items as well, but you know what I mean? But I go, and you got to keep that in check, because, you know, and then I've thrown that line out though, is like, you know, you don't make, you make money on your buy. And he's like, dude, he goes, and he was the one that kind of got me onto that, because he was like, dude, he goes, no. He goes, because you should see all the things I bought. And he goes, I'm not making any money. He goes, I've got stuff I've had for 2-3 years. He goes, I'll just in totes and tubs, because, you know, he doesn't have no place for it. So he, you know, he puts it away. And so I guess, you know, that's where, you know, I'm probably one of those only people that I kind of argue that in a way. But yeah, in theory, it is a correct statement. But
I think you make your money when you buy, but you do have to list it. My thing is, and why I'm pro backstock, because apparently we're not calling it death piles anymore, right? The reason why I'm pro backstock is because if my thrift stores decide to go on a crazy repricing structure, or if, you know, right now yard sale season's over, right? So I have plenty of stuff now that it's winter in my storage unit that's unlisted, like electronics and more higher end goods.
Right.
Along with the bread and butter clothing that we do, that it'll get me through these slower months. And really, I don't really do a whole lot of sourcing between December and February. And that's when I'm going to start listing all this crap, you know?
Exactly.
So that's why I'm kind of pro backstock, but that's because I'm full time. If I was part time and I was dealing with this, that'd be a whole nother situation.
Yeah.
See, Shane in the chat.
Hey Shane, if you want to come in, just let me know, and I'll send you a link. Well, just hanging out, just BSing and, you know, just catching up, BSing, trying to do a little bit of work. So
yeah, I actually source purposely to hang on to stuff for later.
Yeah, right. And there's nothing wrong with sourcing to, you know, for backstock and stuff like that, because that's definitely good, especially for a lot of us that, you know, we don't have garage sales almost all year round or 3/4 of the year. You know, you do need a little bit, but you know, there's a point. And Ansley was just saying Mother's Mustache, you know, yeah, she said she totally agreed with, you know, my theory on that. And, you know, so she's probably one of the few people that think that way, like I do. So,
no, but if it's not listed, it's not making money, period.
Yeah, exactly.
I could have I probably have items in there that are worth like $150, like clothing items that are worth that.
Right.
And they're they're worth $0. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And how long are they going to stay in that tote? Because I mean, even I know myself, I do have a couple items that are laying around here that I've probably had for a year, and I bought them strictly with the intention I'm gonna get these up. But it's just I source other items that I know that I'm probably going to get 2 to 3 times the amount of what that item was, so it's still sitting there. Or
it's
something that's all wrinkly, and you know, exactly. You know, or it maybe has a little stain on it that I found. I was like, I got to get this. You know, I got to see if I can get this treated, get it laundered, then I have to iron it. You know, and it was like, it went in a bin. So, Hey, Krillin, thanks for the super chat, buddy. I appreciate that. Idea for a new channel. Got confessions.
I like that. I think that would be a good new
really,
live show.
really good.
Yeah, show your debt pile item. You know, what's today's
Yeah.
debt?
Oh my
Make sure
God,
you
that
remind
is really
debt pile
good.
items. I don't know if you're
Oh,
Well,
yeah,
just-
I sold one of those.
broken.
nice.
You probably
Yeah.
sell for about $400. You know, but I'm trying to figure out how to make it work. But brand
yeah.
the last one's like $800 to $1,500. And I only
Holy
paid
cows.
with 50
That's
cents.
awesome.
I think I only paid 50 cents for it.
Yeah, the digital voice recorders are awesome.
Yeah, and this mainly for ghosts. You know, you put ghost in the title. That's the people that's the people that pay
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Bless you.
And I
It's
actually
just like those malfunctioning radios, you know, where it tunes automatically. People will get that to go ghost hunting with.
Yeah.
and we got one of the biggest it's called the Myrtle's Plantation down here. And I put a word out for the guy that owns it. He's actually been in my shop. The guy that owns it now or runs it now, and all that, because he would have connections to the ghost people. Because they got people that go over there all the time. Ghost, we're the #1 or top 3 in the world as far as haunted places.
Oh, wow.
You know, he was telling a story
y'all
on the
got-
radio one time. They were interviewing him. You know, it was like around Halloween time a couple of years ago. And they took pictures for their insurance. You know, insurance had it. You know, so they'd send us some pictures. And they said, make sure there's no people in them. Well, they called back and said, hey, there's people in these pictures. And I said, yeah, there's no people. You know, there's people. Well, that's ghosts then. If you see, you know, and all that. So we can't control that. You know, you get on the internet and you pull it up. You know, we're the insurance company said we the capital Ghost USA. You know.
That's crazy.
We were talking about sourcing and stuff, and I purposely limit myself to Sundays because I could source 7 days a week with how many search scores
Yeah.
there.
Wow.
And
that's
if
my problem, Mike.
Man.
That's my problem, man. Is because my post office and my storage unit are right beside the Goodwill that I go to. It's like a mile from my house. So
Nice.
Your car automatically steers itself
Well, apparently it automatically steers itself into the pole.
in the pole.
Yeah.
You didn't need that bumper anyway.
$998.56. That's how much that
crap.
cost me.
Well, Lauren, do you hold certain pieces of clothing, like women's clothes and all that, for like wintertime, like coats and all that, or you just do it year round?
Well, honestly, I try to sell like my lower end, what I consider lower end. I hang on to my really expensive stuff as long as I can because I know it's not going to lose value.
Right.
If anything, it's going to gain value.
Right.
So, like I have some shoes up here. You can't really see. I'm sorry. I have some shoes. I'm trying to see if you can see it in the.
Yeah, I see them. Yeah,
You guys see them in the
the
corner.
red
there.
bottoms.
Then I waited to list all those until like a couple weeks ago because I knew people would buy them for Christmas.
Right.
But if I had sold them in the summer, I'm not going to get as much money as I would get now.
Yeah.
So just little things like that. And I have tons of stuff that I was hanging on to. Like we were just talking before you jumped in. I was going through my closet. I found these brand new Marc Jacobs bracelets that I'd sourced. And
What do those go for?
So I just have stuff like that all over my house. If it's expensive, I don't worry about listing it right away because I know that's always going to sell, if that makes sense. It's kind of a backwards way to look at it, but it's like, oh, I know if I need money right away, if I throw this up, it's going to sell in a day.
Yeah.
It's your savings account. Yeah.
Well, that sucks. I'm sitting here I'm testing this TI that I found yesterday at my Goodwill. Now I know why it was there. I don't know if the screen is just pixelated like crazy. It's awful. Well, you know what though? The thing that's good though about these though is even broken, they're still about $15. So I mean, I'll still make $10 on it, so it's not too bad. But that sucks.
It's not worth doing, but back in the day, I could replace those little liquid crystal displays in those, but it's not worth doing.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm like if Amazon used to would still take these, because gosh man, like I used to sell these like crazy on FBA. Like I used to send these into Amazon FBA, and man, I get really good money out of these all back in the day. But they ended up the ones that didn't sell, they ended up sending back. So I think these are like restricted now or whatever. So they just on eBay, they just don't go for the money they used to. But still, I mean, there's still $30. But that's the best part is I guess even broken. I mean, 15's not too bad, but Did you guys? I know a couple of you guys are in here, but you ever seen it with the clear cover?
No.
Never.
Yeah,
Not really,
yeah,
no.
I've never seen a clear
Ooh,
cover.
black.
This one had a clear cover. When I see it, I almost didn't even recognize it, other than it was big, and I was like, "What is that?" And I'm like, "Oh crap! It's a regular just TI. It had a clear cover on it." So I thought that was kind of cool. Shane goes, "Hey, it's weird. I don't see anyone working. Hey, I've got laces and 2 pairs of shoes, and I just tested a calculator, so I'm kind of working. I don't know what these guys are doing."
I'm just sitting here.
Yeah, we're
hanging out.
just hanging out. We're just hanging out, Shane.
Sarah,
Yeah, go
GoPro, you can see me work.
You guys are entertaining me. I'm just listening and like typing
Yeah, right.
in my listings.
Since we've been on, I've accepted a couple of small offers, and that's it.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, you and Justin were killing it today, apparently.
Just tiny stuff, So.
Yeah.
Right.
I got a pair of Jimmy Choos today for $10.
Nice.
That was awesome.
Nice.
See,
And
like
they're
I'm
my size, so I think I'm gonna save them
Nice.
and wear them to a wedding in 2 weeks.
And then sell them.
And then
Right?
sell them.
Yeah.
We need to do like Chick Picker, have a listing challenge on Saturday. You ever
I
done
tried
any of
to
this?
set up. Well, that's why I'm signed on twice. I actually have my computer set up in my picture area because I wanted to sit and take pictures while I talked to you guys, but it wasn't working that well. My lights were blocking, so you couldn't really see what I was doing. Yeah.
My concern is that I have this plugged in, and when I have my Yeti mic plugged into the computer, I can't hear anything if I take the headphones out.
Mm.
So,
That's why I'm not doing that.
that's me. I'm kind of tethered. I
Yeah.
can't really move around.
I didn't think that one through.
My microphone in here,
Holy
like I have
cow.
my computer and speakers on this side, and my microphone's like way over here, so it usually doesn't have interference.
Oh, that's smart.
Wow. Geez, Kevin, the Tennessee picker, said he's had $600 in returns this week.
Ooh.
You sound like me last year. I didn't have $600 bucks, but I think last November was my worst ever on eBay, and I think I had 11 returns that month. Was just absolutely ridiculous. And finally, all those just dropped because it takes a year and all that drops off. I was just looking at my metrics the other day, and it's like it just completely changed. I was like going, "Oh my God!" I go, all that stuff had finally dropped off of there. But yeah, November was absolutely horrible for me last year. I don't know what the heck happened, but man, it was just absolutely crazy.
They happen in bunches, it seems. I don't know why.
They
Man.
definitely do have it.
Yeah, 600, man. That's a beating.
That is.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it definitely is.
I'm assuming
But
a lot
hey,
of
was it-
electronics, though, right, Kevin?
Was it like 2 or 3 things, or was it just a crap ton of returns? Like, I'm wondering, was it like 3
Yeah.
$200 items, or was it like?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like to have, like you said, $20 and $5 and $10 returns that added up to $600 because you'd have to be almost like 20 or 30 returns, at that amount.
Right.
If it's like
Yeah.
$200 or $300 returns, like big items.
Yeah, you got to believe it's only like 2 or 3 or 4 returns. It
Yeah.
has to be, But I don't know. You would think anyway.
Yeah, that wouldn't be good luck if you had that many returns, like 20 returns.
No.
Wrong.
Wow. Yeah, Kevin said he had 11 returns, 1 for 200.
11.
Man, that's brutal.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is brutal.
Yeah. But yeah, like I said, this is about how mine was last year. And I don't think I had I know I didn't have 11 the whole year.
Right.
And I got them all and it was almost in like a 2-week period. It was like, I almost kind of, without, the whole conspiracy theory and all that, I had a couple people, I just kind of got in there and, did whatever, maybe somebody was messing with me, but, it was just, and I just took it for what it was, you know what I'm saying? But, because I don't like to read into things, but, because, when we're on here, a lot of our stuff is out there, but,
Yeah.
It's not hard to mess with somebody or do what have you. But yeah, 11 was especially when you don't have. But though honestly, for me, it was probably the best thing that happened to me because I was real lax with returns. Where it's like I just never cared because I didn't get any, I just took anything, and I never fought them. So at that point, because actually I had a few more requests, but then I actually started calling eBay and being more proactive with my account. and that was one of the things I started kind of talking with a lot of the reps on the phone. Is like, yeah, I go, I don't know what, and they said that they actually pulled up my history, and I guess they could tell. And they're like, yeah, they go, we don't know what. They said that is really weird that all of a sudden you are having a lot of issues with your thing. And I was like, well, I go, now I'm just trying to be more proactive. So I go, I just started calling on anything that I deemed that was, kind of hokey or whatever, and I kind of do that now. I mean, I'm not near as lax with a lot of my stuff. I mean, if I suspect anything at all, I call.
How long does that
just to make sure.
To do
What's that?
Like, just if say you were calling on one, like how long in general would that take you?
If I'm calling on what now?
Calling eBay.
Yeah. You're calling eBay.
Oh, it doesn't. I mean, it doesn't take. They're really good about answering the phone, and they're really good about handling your stuff. I mean, it's usually pretty quick.
I
usually don't.
I've had a couple that I probably could have fought.
Right.
Gotten, but I've just been like, oh, whatever. Just
especially if you can get them, especially on like on a lot of times on iNads, but it's just like a buyer's remorse. Yeah. I've got a lot of those returned over to buyer's remorse because I've actually been able to get the customers to actually admit, well, I just didn't like it when I got it, or they'll say one thing, but then if you can get them, kind of be a little tricky with it, you know what I'm saying, but still, if you're a wordsmith about a little bit, you can get them to admit that, oh well, it just really didn't fit, or I just really didn't like it. I kind of changed my mind. And then boom, you got them. And then, it's like, hey, I go, they said even right there, it's like, they just, after they got it, they really just kind of, so it's buyer's remorse. At least you could get that iNad taken off. Yeah. So.
Yep.
I've had a couple iNads in the last month, but they're not real iNads. It's just people being like, oh, this didn't fit me, whatever. And I'm just like, whatever. Just, because I don't want to waste my time calling eBay. Like, I'd much rather be listing stuff and just getting it out now than dealing with that.
Yeah, Kelly said everything. Yeah, Kelly said she's still having to wait about 1.5 hours. Actually, I called the other day after I got off work, so it was probably about 3:30, 4 o'clock Central Time. I came home, and I don't know if you guys have ever run into this, but this is the first time for me. I sold an item. I come downstairs, got on my seller hub, went to my awaiting shipment, so I could go and print my labels, and the item wasn't there. And I was like, well, that's weird. So, so I went to pending payment, or, and all my items are all, buy it now. So, I mean, they all got to pay immediately. Yeah. And it was showing like my little icon that everything had all went through. I got an email for PayPal that the payment and all, that had all been done. And I'm like, why is this not showing up in my thing? So I was like, oh, I don't want to print this because maybe, and it ended up going to the global shipping program. So I was like, well, maybe there was an issue and they canceled it. So I was like, I don't know. So I ended up calling eBay, and I don't think I was on hold more than probably 4 minutes. And I ended up getting somebody in India or whatever, but because of just the time when I got a hold of them. But the guy was really nice. And he goes, I see that. He goes, that it's not, but it showed up in my, waiting for payment or whatever. And he goes, well, let me dig into it for you real quick. And he goes, everything's all good. And he goes, go ahead and print the label. And I'm like, okay, can you put a note on my account that you told me to go ahead and print the label? Everything was all, I'm just covering my own bases. And I think that's something that, everybody should know is when you do call, make sure that they, put notes on there or whatever in case that, something does come up. And they said, yeah, just as long as, if you go ahead and print it and it shows tracking and you shipped it, you'll be covered. So I haven't had no issues. So. But yeah, it was really weird, and it's the only item I've ever had that's done that. But I usually don't ever hesitate to call eBay anymore, especially like I said after that incident last year in November. I just got very, very proactive with my account, and I'm in contact with eBay all the time. You know what I'm saying?
I had the best luck with eBay. Like I never wait. If I call between 8 a.m. and 9 a.m. Eastern time, I find that. Basically, I enter in my zip code, or if I have the little number from the site, if I hit the contact or whatever, if I do that, it basically takes me right to the call center. Now it's a crapshoot depending on who you get if they're going to be that helpful. Usually, you can tell just by determining factors. But I typically don't ever have a wait time. The only time wait times I've realized are bad is if you try to call on the weekends, because they don't have the same staffing. I don't think on weekends.
Right.
During the standard week.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a lot like you, Justin. I usually never am on hold. Usually, more, I don't think I've ever been on hold longer than 10 minutes. Usually they're very, very quick.
Or even at 10 minutes, a lot of times, like I said, if you want to press one, that'd be us call you back. And it might be, you know, you might say 15 minutes, and usually it's right on the dot, you know, but I never had to wait 30 minutes or not. Like I said, you hear stories of people waiting an hour, 30 minutes, 2 hours.
Right.
I mean, that's never, you know, 'cause I got, like, my store is just a very basic store, and my shop store is, you know, the middle store. I got about 600 plus items in it, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually had to pay for listings this month. This is the very first time I got the premium store, and I was like, I was doing a couple of relists the other day. I guess it would have been the 30th or whatever, and I was like, all of a sudden I started seeing 10 cent. I'm like going, oh crap! I've used all my listings.
I did that a couple of times, you know, but like I said, like 3 days later, it'd be back to, you know.
Yeah. But that's what I just kind of waited. I waited one day, and I was just like, okay, I'll relist all this other stuff now. I said I want to start paying for those. But yeah, I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah, I'm at the point now where my premium source subscription costs really about $120 a month because of the amount of listings we have.
Yeah, that's how I was getting with my basic store. It was like I was spending so much money on my basic store on, you know, just listing fees, and I was like going, and I started figuring out, and I was like going, I'm actually going to save about $70 a month by having a premium store, and I go, I'm getting almost triple the listings, so I thought that was pretty good.
I mean, so I've done the math. If I get up to like 3K listings, then that'll be my upgrade. I actually did the free upgrade the last 2 months, and I just went back down because they offered it to a lot of us premium store holders.
I had a couple
I did it just to get the free $150 supply coupon. To be honest with you guys.
Nice.
I didn't think of that. I should have done that.
That's well played. That's definitely well played. I like that idea.
And I did it after using my $50 premium coupon, so I ended up getting $200 in supplies.
I'll remember that. I'll remember that next time. Sign up for premiums, then order my supply, then say, okay, next week.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good on tape and bubble mailers for the next year.
I don't know what you guys' opinion are, but you know, we have our main eBay account, and that's where most of everything goes. And I haven't really delineated everything, but I don't put all my eggs in one basket, so I have a second eBay account that I'm building up, and I started a third one because, you know, when a new account that's limited, so I'm building these stores out just in case they, you know, eBay can drop the hammer on you and say you're suspended. Okay, I got these other two.
But like John, the thing with that is, though, if you get suspended, your IP address is tied to your account. So all of the accounts that are associated with and you can only have it linked to one PayPal. So all of those stores would also go under suspension.
Different PayPals, and one of them's in my wife's name. And
that's really the way around it. Yeah, is you would have to have it.
Yeah.
But like what Justin was saying though, I believe that your IP is attached to
it is. I should have said at the beginning, all of them separate. You know.
Yeah. That's pretty clever.
That's smart, man. Yeah. I just have the one store. You know, if I do a second one, it won't be so much for that as it will be just to get around, you know, not having to go to the premium. But and what I was going to tell you, John,
I wonder how that would work if you had a VPN. Yeah, you know, I mean, because there's no way to.
Can't track them. Yeah.
Right.
And they're cheap. VPNs are super cheap. So
Right.
Oh yeah, without a doubt, yeah. But John, if you call eBay like on Monday morning, give them a call and let them know, like, hey, this is my main account. I've opened up these accounts. They will increase your selling limits on those accounts. That's because I told Lonnie that when he opened his second account, and he called him. You know, it's not going to be by much, but it'll definitely be more than like the starter that they give you.
Right. Yeah, because they give you like 20. I think it's like 20 or something like that is what you start out with. Even it's really low.
It's real pathetic. I mean, it's almost to the point to where if you haven't been doing eBay for a while, it'd be really hard to get into the game now, just because.
Exactly.
You know, if you're a new seller and all you can list is 20 items, and you can't list more until there's like positive transactions. Those 20 items might, depending on what you're selling, might not move for 2 to 3 months.
Yeah. So, you'd almost have to list stuff to really get it going. Like, at least just put video games or stuff extremely cheap on there just to get those sales moving until you can sell.
Like that,
just take a bunch of losses. But I mean, I think probably most anybody that's on YouTube or does reselling stuff all has at least two accounts, because you know what I mean. It's
I have
probably the smart thing to do.
Yeah, I just have the one. I just have the one.
Well, I got one.
I don't share my Amazon account, but I don't do a whole lot on Amazon.
Right.
And like I said,
That's
it takes a while to build them too. So go ahead and start one.
Yeah.
You know, because
Yeah,
those selling
good
limits,
idea.
those selling limits are very onerous. So
Yeah. Because that's actually what I've kind of been wanting to separate my stuff off, but I don't have my other one at that size yet
that level,
where I can do that, because I want to just keep clothing in one and hard goods in the other one, or set one up as more of a vintage type of thing. But I really just want to have the clothes separate, because I've kind of branded my bigger store as a men's clothing store or a clothing store. So I really would like to get that stuff separated off better. But it's
this might be a dumb question, but John, do you have to open up DBAs for all your different stores, or do they just fall under, like, if you're a sole proprietor, you just have to fall under your social for tax purposes?
Who you talking to, John? You mean Mike or Glenn?
I'm sorry. Yeah, Mike.
So which
you
one?
have to, like, you have like a DBA for your different store names, or like, I don't know how you thought, like, you know, are you LLC, sole proprietor? I'm just trying to figure that out.
I have an umbrella LLC.
Okay.
And you can do, if you know, the DBA fictitious name if you want to. It's not absolutely necessary as long as you have your business license, you know. So as long as you have that umbrella LLC, you're golden.
Yep.
You know. So.
Okay. Yeah, that's what we have. I just wasn't sure.
Because both me and my wife are listed on the LLC, so it's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still don't have the LLC for my eBay stuff. I need to get one. I got the paperwork behind me somewhere.
Yep. Yeah, and do it with your state's your state's Secretary of State office. Don't go through like LegalZoom.
I went online, went to Secretary of State, but you know, through my motorcycle shop stuff, it's all just part of like the business. You know, it's automatic. You know, but as far as my personal stuff and all that, you know, the coffee cups and the clothing and all that. And
I was the same way too, because when I had my brick and mortar stores, I started out with just the one. You know, I bought the one, and that was in Columbia, Missouri. Expanded another one in Kansas City, Missouri, but it was all under one LLC, all under one umbrella, you know. And I was selling online back then too, but just not as much as I am now, you know, because running stores takes a lot of time.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
I'm at a brick and mortar now. Like I said, out there cleaning the parking lot and cleaning. I'm the one here to do it.
I became, and my wife will back me up on this. She can't be on camera because of her job, but I became a professional maintenance man being a store owner. I'll tell you that much, you know. So changing lights, I am a professional.
Yeah. I'm gonna step away for a second. I need to go do some stuff in the back.
All right, Glenn.
No problem. Yeah, Thrifty Santa was saying that the huge benefit of attending the eBay Open is everyone got a free 1-year concierge service, no matter what their store size was. That would be huge.
That's nice.
Yeah, that would be.
Where is the eBay Open? Does it rotate locations?
I think it's Vegas, isn't it?
It's Vegas.
Yeah, it may rotate, but I think it's Vegas. Where is it at, Santa?
Yeah, I think it's Vegas, right?
I do believe it's Vegas.
If it's Vegas, I'm in next year. So let's see.
Hey, Purple Lily, how you doing?
Whoa.
Oh yeah.
Nathan.
I think she just won something. I don't know.
Yeah.
No, it was a game on my phone.
Yeah, it sounded like one of my grandkids' games. I was just like going, what the heck is that? Hey, Nathan A says now he can say it's a working hangout for him. He just listed one item, so hey, there you go.
He's beating most of us besides one.
Yeah. I've got a couple little things done, but nothing much. Like I said, I kind of had a feeling that's how this would go, but I'll just get a chance to hang out. But definitely awesome.
I just accepted you as my friend.
Thank you. I wasn't sure if you realized it was me or not. I was like, I don't know.
My rule is I don't friend anyone unless I've actually talked to them on the back end.
Gotcha.
That's funny because I just friended Justin today as well. So I'm
because I have like family pictures and stuff like that.
Well, I think Mike's got about like 6 different accounts. I think I'm friends with him on about 4 of them.
Yeah. You try to hit all the social media.
The link, I was like going, I know I'm friends with him on Instagram. I'm friends with him here and there. It's like going, I go, I know I'm friends with him on Facebook, and I clicked on your thing, and I'm like going, oh wait a minute. I go, he's got 2 Facebook ones, and I'm like, okay, so I'll send it to his other one, and I'm like,
you usually have everything separate, but yeah,
I only have 1 Facebook, so it's all personal there.
I need to do another Facebook, but I just don't spend that kind of time on Facebook. That gets really time consuming. That's more of a when I go to bed thing. My wife gives me a hard time because she's like, "No, you had to go to bed early so she could play on Facebook." I'm like, "Well, when did you see me play on Facebook all night long? What have I been doing?"
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Oh, somebody just made a sale. Good job. 100%. The only reason I have
I'm super jealous of you.
Justin. Justin's like, it's like hanging out with.
I was about to say it wasn't me this time.
Craigslist hunter. You know, it's like every 5 minutes he's got a sale.
Yeah, but these aren't. Y'all see on my what's sold. These aren't sales to be jealous over.
About the only reason I have Facebook anymore is for family stuff. High school reunion stuff and Marine Corps stuff, and that was it when I was in the Marines, and that's about it. Could do without it otherwise.
Yeah, I use it as a picture suppository, just for like my cat photos and like my wedding photos and all that. So,
well, your family wants to see all that stuff, so you know.
Yeah, well, that's kind of why I like Instagram, because none of my family is on my Instagram, and my Instagram really isn't attached to my real name. So it's focused towards the things that I like. It's either, it's all my reseller friends and family, that sort of thing, or my beer and cigar nerd friends. You know what I'm saying? So it's just it's either one or the other. And my friends and family and everybody they don't want to see all that sort of stuff all the time. But I'll post stupid stuff like that. Like no one's gonna want to see that picture of me hanging out with a Goodwill dude. You know what I'm saying? But I haven't even looked at that, but I probably got a bunch of likes already on that, and somebody's probably made some silly comment already by now.
But cool when you sent it to me.
Well, yeah, I sent it to you, but we have a different relationship.
That's funny.
Yeah. So yeah, I just thought that was really funny when I walked in and I seen her all in that suit, and I was just like going, oh my god, because like I said, I know who she is. She's a really good girl, and I'm sure you guys are like that with a lot of people at your local thrifts or whatever, because you guys are in there all the time, and yeah, that's one of the things. Like I've even told one of the other guys that resells around. He likes to. He's still on the stage where he's in denial, like with everybody about what he does, but everybody knows what he does, and it's like, and I keep telling him, I go, dude, as soon as you tell people what you do, all the doors go, whoosh, they all just open, and it's amazing, and he just can't get that through his head. But
and no one at the Goodwills cares, man. They at the end of the day, they're a volume-based business. Like their business is to get as much product out the door. They love customers like us, at least the smart ones do, right?
Right. Well, and they'll tell you straight out that it's like 60 to almost 70% of their business is all resellers. Yep. And they got guys like you and I. I don't all the time, but there are times I'll go in twice a day. And they said they have lots of people that go in twice a day, especially the people that work full time or don't work full time. That do reselling full time. They go in the morning and they go in later on at night, because there's how many more new items do they, I don't know how many items they put out a day, but I'm sure it's well over 1,000 some items they probably put out a day, probably depending on the size of the Goodwill.
Yep. Yeah, I love
Goodwill back room. That would be cool. Like,
what's that?
A Goodwill friend where I could sneak in the back room.
Oh, I know. That's that's my goal. I've got one guy that I'm working on. He's actually when it would have been when they did the Green Friday or Black Friday type sale, they were bringing out all these new sealed toys, and they had all this stuff. He's seen some things in my car, and he knows what I do. And he's like, hey, he goes, we got more of those in the back room. And I was talking with another gal that resells, and she's just getting started, and we were talking about them. And so he brings out a whole stack of them, and we just split them. But it was just, he knows what we do. And, we're honest about it, where, you've got other people like, oh, I don't do that. I don't know. But, they get a whole cart full of,
random sizes that, them.
And that's what I love is I love walking down, like, especially like you go over the clothing area and somebody's got a cart and it's just heaped with clothes. And they're hitting every single size in there. And like me anymore, like I just ask because you know what, you're going to hit that person that you may just connect with, or, you know, I mean, I'm always trying to, you know, like, you know, Scott was talking last night about networking, you know, always trying to find that person to network with, even locally, you know, I mean, I don't care about competition, even though I'm in a small town and we have a ton of people.
Because we're not doing that RA though. If we were doing RA, it'd be different.
It would be totally different. And you know, and I mean, I've done RA, you know, I mean, I don't do any of that stuff right now, but you know, I mean, it is something I've kind of thought about getting back into at times, but yeah. If it's RA, obviously you all know how that works. I mean, that's all hush hush until it's too late. You know, I mean, like Scott says, you know, Ricky School's Ricky Bobby's school of reselling. You know, I mean, if you're not first, you're last. And I mean, he's on it. You know,
his monopoly from Millennials Hall.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna tell you a story, and I don't know if Shane's still probably in the chat. I don't think he's gonna care that I tell this little story. But anyway. So Shane and Scott are out. They're out doing their thing, and Shane sends me a text, and he's like, "What?" He goes, "Hey," he goes, "there's this really hot game out." He goes, and there's like 12 of them at Walmart right next to your house, and like I literally live about 2 miles away from Walmart. And he goes, "Go over there." He goes, "Me and Scott are on the road right now, and we're killing it. We're grabbing all these monopolies." And I'm like going, "All right, cool. I'll go check it out." So I was across town. I come back and. They're all gone. So there's about 30, another town, the next town, about 30 miles from my house. I was just there the day before thrifting. And I come back and anyway, I was like, I'll go over there tomorrow. So I checked BrickSeek, you know, they all use, they talk about it now. So they used to kind of keep a hush hush. I checked BrickSeek, they're all gone. They were there the night before. I checked that morning before I was ready to go over, and they were already gone. So it was already out. And then I texted them. I took a couple of screenshots from Instagram, and people were already posting all their monopolies like just hours after he had texted me. I'm like, "Dude, the word is out, man." I go, "You better hurry." You know, but that's just it. They were out. They were already on it by the time it was getting out to the community. You know, so. Refrigerator said she's getting that they've been getting annoyed by people asking them to sell. For them because they know that they sell. Sometimes I feel bad. Yeah. That was Lauren. You actually posted a question. We were talking about that on Poshmark Talk, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I feel like this year people are just trying to get crap out of their house or something. But I've just had people giving me so much stuff, and it's stuff I don't want. It's like if I could sort this out into bags, donate it, and then get like the 20% off Goodwill coupons. Like just bring a bag like every day and just stock up on the coupons. Great. But they like actually want me to sell it for them, and and
then give them some of the money. Yeah,
the only way I'm going to do that is if it's something like $500 at least.
It doesn't make sense. It's totally got to be worth my time. And the thing is, I'm going to insult them for the most part because I'm going to tell me personally, I'm going to tell them I want 60%, and usually that's 30. Yeah, 70. Yeah, that's even bigger. But you know, I mean, and usually at 60%, and they're like going, "Oh, they go, I get 60. You get no. I get 60. You get 40." Yeah. And they're like, "What?" And I'm like, I go, and we talked about Thrift Raider. Go to Tanya Thrifty Treasures channel. We did an episode. What was it? Tuesday, Lauren?
Yeah.
I think it was Tuesday. We did a Poshmark talk show on there. It was me, Lauren, and Tammy Tammy, I can't pronounce your last name. I see she was in the chat here earlier. She was great. And we did an episode of Poshmark Talk. And we actually talked about this on that episode about people, you know, how do you guys handle that and what have you. And it was actually really, really good. But yeah, that's, you know, and that's what I do is I just tell them it's 60%. And most people, when you tell them 60%, they're like, "Oh." But it's like, you know, I'm taking all the risk. I'm doing all the work. You know, you're just handing me an item. You're not doing anything. Right. So yeah, why would I not take more money? So,
yeah, this little story is in the same vein. Like back when I owned my stores, I would buy entire estates, and the first words out of my mouth was to every client is, "This isn't meant to be insulting." Because people get insulted by such a low price. Well, like, listen, I got to get my truck over here. I got to pay employees. We got to unload, and then I got to price it, and then I got to sell it, and it's just a lot of expense involved. And same deal with eBay, you know, and not to mention returns. What if it's returned? You know,
that's the big thing there. honestly, like the few times I don't do consignment with, like, especially not with like family, and with friends, I'll do it occasionally if it's worth my time. I write up a contract. I know it seems, but
Nice.
I just type up a quick contract. I have it saved as a file on my computer, and it basically states like they're not getting their payout until after 30 days is up. Once the item has arrived, because of that reason. Like if it gets returned, like I'm not going to be out the money and walk away with 30%. You know?
Yeah, I really like that, Justin. You know what, I didn't even think about that, because yeah, that's usually like, and I have done that with family. I've sold a couple things for some family because, you know, they know, and it's like, okay, it's family, but it's like, listen, you guys got to understand that, you know, if this thing gets returned, and I've told them that is like, well, I probably won't give you your money at least for 30 days, or unless I get feedback. If they leave me positive feedback that, hey, this is great, item was better than I thought, blah, 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 then I'll give them their money. But yeah, I mean, if I haven't heard anything and I haven't gotten any feedback, yeah, I will wait that 30 days. But, you know, I like the idea of actually doing like some sort of a written contract and have them sign it so they know and they understand that, because and that's just a problem sometimes, you know, with doing stuff with friends and family, you know what I mean? It's just they expect one thing, their expectations is one thing, and
I just hate consignment.
Right.
I hate it.
Right.
I had my own doc and wanted me to sell those high-end bicycles one time and all that. And said, "Y'all give me 10%." And I feel like I almost started laughing. I didn't want to do that, you know. 10%.
I can't believe that 54 people are literally watching us type on our computers right now.
yeah. I mean, it's been pretty steady about
accept offers.
Right about 50 to about 60 people for what I don't know. We've been on for about an hour.
I'm being really
just.
bored, so
what's that? Yeah, and no one's doing really anything. We're just kind of BSing. But like I said, I just
I'm just listening.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely a lot of fun though. But yeah, I think we're all learning some stuff though. And like I said, I mean, you know, I love hearing how other people do, do the same thing, or how, what their views are on, similar situations and stuff like that. So,
well, all you posh people, I guess, the best in dress and suit parties now. Skirts.
I'm sharing it out right now.
Oh, is it? Oh. Yeah, I just shared my closet this morning. I haven't got around to doing it.
I don't have much of that. I got a couple women's jackets, but I guess you'd find that they're not considered a suit.
Yeah. I actually just picked up a really nice Orvis jacket. It's like a blue and beige checked. I never found an Orvis like sport coat before, so it's really nice.
I found a Pendleton wool coat. This was at that church deal a while back.
Mm-hmm.
I might have showed it when I bribed them $20 to get in early. But they weighed like 7 pounds or 5 pounds. It was like a Western style with a big furry collar and like a blue jean, like not blue jean material, but wound up sending it to Utah. I had it on Posh, and somebody said they want to give it to their boyfriend for Christmas or husband. And they got it that's about 3 months ago and all that. They gave me good feedback and all that. I guess they knew what size he wore and all that, But that's definitely cold. I mean, cold weather. It wasn't like, 40-degree weather. I mean, it's like for 20-degree weather. This coat, it's heavy. It was.
I really need to do Posh. I have an account and I haven't done anything with it. The app kind of turned me off with all the sharing and caring. But I mean, I noticed themselves.
Hey, do it like I do, Justin. Do everything on the laptop. I don't use the app. I do not. The only thing I use the app for is to send offers. If I see somebody liked an item or what have you, I just send my offers through there, or I use the app where it shows me that somebody purchased something or whatever. Yeah, I do not use that at all. It's so easy through the laptop.
Yeah, Lauren got me started,
Right. And Glenn, you do. I mean, honestly, you are like the shock of like all the people that do Posh. Glenn he sells a ton on there, and he sells some really good stuff.
Not a lot. I say like one item a week, maybe, but like I said, but still, I got some. I've scrolled through on both platforms. I sell my motorcycle hats on there, brand new hats.
Yeah, those KTM. I've seen you've sold quite a few of those KTM hats on there.
A couple, but what's funny, they try to talk me down, and I put, hey, I got it for $19.95 in my store. You want to pay that?
Right.
I sell it a little bit cheaper, because it costs. If I do it on my eBay store, it only costs me $4 to send it, and all that versus paying like $7, whatever, So I saw a few of them, on there and all that.
Right. Yeah, like I said, yeah, you do pretty well on there. I mean, I follow your store, Glenn, so I know what you're doing on there. You sell some pretty good stuff. You sold a couple bags for some really good money as well.
Yeah, that first that's the one, like the second item I ever sold, a third item.
Right.
And I had it on eBay for like ever. It was like retail over $400, but the bag still had the plastic on the clasp, like where it never taken off. And I wound up selling it for like $225. I had $250. I kept going lower and lower on eBay. That's when I started Posh. So that's my third item I put on there. Like when I sold it,
You're killing it on Posh.
But
it does really well.
They sent me an offer like $225. I said, accept. I wasn't gonna, lowball it because I only paid $2 for it.
Right. Hey, David, thanks for the super chat. Hey, bud, I just sent you a link through Facebook Messenger, so you can try it that way. I know David's been trying to get in here, but David lives across the pond, so I think he has issues once in a while.
Now, Andy, do you cross post eBay and Posh, or you just
everything that's compliant? Yeah. And that's the thing, like for you, Justin, that I think that you'll find, because you sell a lot of similar stuff like I do. Okay, you sell a lot of clothing, a lot of clothing related items. As soon as my item goes on eBay, I copy my item description. I automatically just hit copy. I go right. I have all my photos are all right there because I just uploaded them. Like I break everything off into folders or for whatever it is. I already have all my stuff. I go right over to Poshmark and I do sell item. And I go right down to the description box. I just hit paste, and my whole entire description's already right there. And then I just hit upload photos, click, click, click. It literally takes me 2 minutes to put an item from eBay to Poshmark. It's that fast. And then I just type in my bin location on my thing. It's that fast. And I mean, it's like, why not put an extra set of eyes on all your items? It is literally that easy. And I mean,
I've heard Posh shows up in Google search a little bit better than eBay.
It does. Yeah. Ask Lauren. Yeah. Google's, and we were talking about this on our Poshmark Talk show that we just did here last week. Yeah. Google's SEO, or their search engine optimization, whatever. Yeah. It picks up stuff, I think, way better than what eBay does. Am I correct, Lauren?
I think so. eBay used to be really good, and I don't know what they did in the last year, but my stuff, I barely see it.
But what's that?
Something rare.
Like eBay do the GSP, whatever. I did sell item overseas. Somebody on Posh saw it.
Mm-hmm.
So how can I buy that item for you? So you might find a secondary shipper that you can find that you can order stuff from anybody and ship it to a certain address, and then they ship it to your address. But I guess he didn't have that connection. So he said, can you put it on eBay for me, or like that? So I did, like I said, a few days later, put it on eBay, and he bought it instantly.
Right.
Yeah, this was going like to Sweden or somewhere overseas, the UK, somewhere over there.
Wow. Yeah,
Mr. $70 jacket too. I paid $1 for it.
Yeah, Mr. Sadie wanted to know if any of us sell on Etsy.
I sell a little bit on Etsy, but not very much. I pick up some vintage items here and there, but it's not a huge market for me. But
do just vintage on there, Mike?
Yeah, just vintage. If you sell newer stuff, it's a different fee structure.
Like,
what do they consider vintage? I mean, do you have to kind of specify here, or?
I think it's 96 and earlier, right?
Yeah, I think it's something like that late 90s, and then they have year categories, but that 96 and earlier is what they prefer. So
yeah. It's something I've been dabbling with. I've been kind of looking at Macari a little bit, and I've also been looking at putting some of my vintage stuff on Etsy. But man, I'm one of them guys. Like I'm horrible about research. Like I do a ton of research, and then I'll get to where, like, if I see too much negative, I'll talk myself out of it. I was that way with Amazon at first. Like I got really scared about Amazon, and so I was just doing merch fulfilled for a long time. And I was like, you know what? I got to go to FBA. FBA is where the money's at. When I went and started doing FBA, I was like, oh my God, I can't believe how fast all this stuff sells. But it was just one of those things. I did so much research, and I was seeing all the, because I was figuring, trying to figure the difference between the merch and doing FBA. But yeah, and I was doing a lot of looking up and stuff on Macari, and I was like, man, I just keep seeing all these like Macari horror stories. But you sell on Macari, right, Mike?
No,
okay.
I've considered it, but I haven't done it yet. I sold on Bonanza for a little while, but you know, it was okay. It's slow, just like everything, but I'd sell 3 or 4 things a month on Bonanza. But on Bonanza, you know, it automatically uploads all your eBay listings, which is great.
Right.
But when it sells something, it's supposed to automatically take your eBay listing down. Well, it wasn't doing that, and I didn't know that until I got, you know, double tapped a couple of times, and I was like, screw it, I'm not messing up my eBay store for 4 or 5 sales a month on Bonanza. So
right.
So
I've sold on Mercari a little bit. I'm not a big fan of it. I will tell you guys though, if you're not sourcing on Mercari, you're missing out.
I've considered that.
I've heard that. I've heard that as well.
Yeah. People there, a lot of the newer, younger sellers that are just getting started, they're listing their items way too cheap there, and they don't know how to negotiate. So if you send a lowball offer, they accept it.
Now, are the offers made strictly like? Because I was on there and I was just kind of messing around, and I couldn't figure out how to actually send an offer. And I heard it's a lot like Poshmark, where basically you can send an offer on anything.
So yeah, you can send an offer on anything. There's no turning best offer off for if you're a seller on Mercari. And the way it works is it does like predetermined percentages. At least the last time I used the app, last time I sourced on there, but it was like, okay, 15, 20, or like I think the highest it was like 30. And it says like most likely, least likely, and it kind of rates it like that, as if the seller's going to accept it. So then you just select the percentage you want off and send it, and then wait and see what happens. But the problem is with Mercari is there's really no negative to the seller if they don't ship the item. Like it's kind of like the Wild West right now because they're still, I guess, trying to work out their platform.
Right.
So you may, but the thing is, all the money though stays in like basically like an escrow that Mercari holds. So the seller doesn't get anything until you rate the seller and the transaction's done. It's kind of like, I think Poshmark's similar, right?
It's essentially, yeah. I mean,
like Poshmark.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Poshmark does pretty much. It's basically 3 days. If they don't accept it right away, then it's like what, 3 days, and then they just automatically release your money. Correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the way Mercari is as well. Yep. But yeah, but definitely I would say like certain things that you know are good, maybe not everyone else does, like keep those as safe searches in Mercari, and just like during the day, like when you have a free moment, go on the Mercari app and go to your saved searches and see the new stuff that's getting posted, because you have to be quick. It is getting competitive. But like I pick up one of so I'll just throw out one of my things. Please guys don't steal it. But it's only 50, whatever, I'll say it. I love Rand Spooner shirts. They're good bread and butter for me. So I have that as a saved search. I get them for $5-10 a piece on there, and I'll flip them for $20, $30, $40, $50 depending on the design.
I haven't seen a Ryan Spooner shirt in a thrift in probably 3 years.
Oh, really?
I used to find them all the time. I mean, they were everywhere, and I haven't. I will guarantee I probably have not seen a Spooner shirt in almost 3 years.
I rarely see them.
And they're so easy to. I mean, obviously you know what they are. Yeah. You could spot them right now. So I mean, you don't even have to try, and you're like, it'll jump right out at you. And I'm like, oh my god, yeah.
I'll source them on eBay too. Like people that are running them like at auction, free ship, and then they start low, because clothing auctions don't do what they used to do unless you have something very, very rare. Right. I'll go in there and I won't put it I don't want it to drive the search up, so I'll watch the item, but I won't put a offer in, or I won't like make a bid until like the very, very end. That way it doesn't drive it up in search, because the more bids, the better search gets.
Right.
But yeah, I do that.
Of all the awesome stuff I find, I've only found one Ryan Spooner shirt up here, and it sold super quick. It was a 2000 Christmas version, the special edition.
Yep.
And
I sold the
super fast.
Yep. How much did you get for it?
They have like Santas and surfboards and stuff like that on it.
Yeah, the Santa with the surfboards.
Exactly Isn't that horrible? I know someone is like, oh, like just mention, know exactly what it looks like.
That's exactly what it was.
I sold one over the summer that I picked up at Salvation Army half off day for $2. It sold for $97 plus shipping. The 2003 limited edition Santa. Yeah.
Yeah. The one I kicked myself in the butt for, and I've been trying. I'm sure you guys all know who Brian Notebook Picker is. I think.
Yes, where is he today?
I don't know. Oh, you know what? I think he's in Florida. I think he's on vacation. I think he's in Florida. Yeah. Anyway, I know at the reseller rally, I wasn't there, but I know I seen a lot of pictures of him and stuff. He had a Cubs Ryan Spooner shirt on, and Brian lives I don't know, not quite 2 hours from me. We live really, really close. He's a Cubs fan also. And I was like, dude, and Brian's a big guy like myself. And I was like, dude, I want your shirt. He goes, yeah, that's going to cost you. And I'm like, you know what? I go, I'm kicking myself in the butt because way back when I did, so this was probably about 3 years ago, I actually found the exact same shirt he had. It was a Chicago Cubs Ryan Spooner shirt. And 3 years ago,
started.
What's that?
I have to interrupt. The storm started. Can you guys see out my window? Sorry, I'm like tipping.
No.
Yeah. Awkward.
No snow. We had enough the other day.
It's crazy. Like,
oh, it's coming down.
I just heard something bang against the wall of my house, and I looked, and it's like whiteout out there. Well, I still have stuff in my car from today. Guess I'm not getting that out now.
There you go. See, you can do that tomorrow. So let us know when you're going to do. Lauren's going to do a huge thrift haul tomorrow, right? But it'll be what, before the Vikings game? When do the Vikings play tomorrow?
3:30.
And they play New England, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're probably going to go out to watch
that'll be
it.
a big game.
Sunday night game, or no? That's the Pittsburgh Sunday night.
If we can go out. I cannot believe the snow, you guys. It's insane.
Coming down.
So, Lauren, does your place of business where you work, does it close down during the weather, or do y'all get it so much that it's like, no, you better be here? Because here in Virginia, we get 2 inches and everything's done.
Heck,
it would if we got like 7 or 8 inches.
Heck, if it
or
rains.
if it was blizzarding. Like,
yeah, if it rains, Virginia, if we have like rumors of high winds, we close down. Like,
wow.
I need to move there.
Gosh, we had basically a blizzard here in Illinois. Here, I know I posted a picture on my Instagram and stuff like that. I think we got about it was between 8 to 12 inches, depending on where you were at. They pulled all the plows off all the state roads and or even like our U.S. road that runs through our state. They pulled all the plows off and everything. And where I work, our general manager actually came out that weather was not a reason to, because we had like 100 call-offs that day that it snowed, and he lost his mind. He's like, so he didn't excuse anybody's absences, and he's like, weather is not a reason to call off of work. And I'm like, dude, they took the equipment that removes the problem off of the road. How is that not a reason? You know what I mean? But
you should have told him, Andy. Said, I'm willing to come to work if you'll come and pick me up.
Well, I was lucky because it was a Monday, and Mondays are my day off, so that actually worked out good for me. But yeah, believe me, I would have stayed. There's no way I was going in. No way.
I have a Jeep, so I always have to go in. They know I can get through it.
That reminds me of a story back when I lived in Missouri. We had a kind of a blizzard, 2 feet of snow. And I have a friend who's a doctor, and he had to snowshoe to work because, you're a doctor, you got to go to work.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, for sure.
He walked like 4 miles to the hospital in snowshoes. It was fun.
Oh my gosh. I'm glad we didn't go to the cabin this weekend because that would suck. Driving home in this crap tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. Well, you got a 4-wheel drive, though, don't you, Lauren?
Yeah, but I don't want to do like a 2.5-hour drive in my 4-wheel drive on a highway.
I got it.
Sounds pretty terrible.
Trying to pull up this photo that Ansley just sent me. Mother's Mustache sent me a screenshot of something. I'm having issues seeing it. Did you guys get the question that Thrifty Santa posted? I think he asked about if I think my thing disappeared. Oh, does Poshmark care about the background being all white like eBay does? You know about that, Lauren?
No.
They don't. It's not as. Yeah. Now, doesn't the white though have something to do with the SEO though? Doesn't like Google? Isn't
Google pickup? Somebody told me white's better.
Yeah, I think
correct.
I think that's
what
eBay.
I hear. Yeah, for eBay. But like you look at people like Lonnie though, like he does like all those crazy colors, like the different poster boards, and his stuff still sells. So I do white just because for the most part it looks better with the stuff I'm selling. And then if I have something that's like, lighter color, I'll put it on a black backdrop. But I mean, like you, Andy, you do white, but you have that nice kind of brick style white. You know what I mean? Like,
the brick I use for my shoes and my hard goods. Then you can see right over here, I got like this folding poster board. That's what I'll put up for my white, and then I run it through a piece of software called Clipping Magic. And that's one of my little secrets. But yeah, I tell everybody that's that. But that's actually how I get that super bright white. Is just like when I have my shirt or whatever the heck it is, and I just set that behind my mannequin back there. When I take my photo, and I just run through Clipping Magic, and then it just pops that white like super bright. So
doesn't Posh encourage having a different background besides white? What I always heard. If you look at mine, I think they like
those like foo-foo. I think they like those girly foo-foo-y type backgrounds, where you got plants and some sunglasses and a pair of where you got almost a whole outfit setting there.
I throw it on a mannequin picture and I'm good. Oops,
you got a pair of shoes with a pair of pants. You don't know if you're getting the shoes and pants,
Right, yeah. I always get confused on there.
A little statue or a plant's one thing, but with a pair of pants, I expect the shoes.
Right. Yeah. I think I think Karen, the Thrifty Flamingo, I think like she's got like a flamingo or something like in every one of her photos or something like that. You just
pictures, all of them got a red. It's a red fence. Basically, I got outside and I got a little screw in there to hold up.
Right.
And all that. And that's how. But that's the biggest thing I have to hang up clothes. It's not. I don't have to set up inside.
Yeah, but you get nice natural light on that though, Glenn, and honestly it's a nice background.
Yeah. And all that, but like you said, it looks kind of like nice and all that. But it's when if the wind blows a little bit, it gets all wrinkled. So a lot of times you look at it, most of it's on the wrinkled side. So I wouldn't mind doing like that for the main photo, but do like a good flat lay where it's all nice and perfect. In one of the photos.
Right. I was just going to ask Mike a question. Yeah, I'm not good at flat lays either. I used to do them, and they just never come out good for me.
I don't have the patience to make it look perfect. I think that's why I'm way faster.
Not perfect, but close enough compared with, like I said, the wind blows 2 miles an hour. You notice my stuff; it's all really wrinkled, And I'm waiting for the wind to stop blowing to take a good picture.
I cannot believe this right now, you guys. It's crazy.
You have to get out there and shovel, Lauren.
You can see it.
Lauren, are you gonna have to get out there and shovel?
We're lucky if we get
you guys
out here. Wow.
Holy cow! Yeah, that's crazy.
No, that's why I have a husband. He gets to shovel.
Well, Mr. Sadie said it's sunny and 70 here in St. Louis. Yeah, actually, I just went out to breakfast with my mom and dad this morning. They just came back from Branson, and I think she sent me a text the other day, so it was like 68 or something. And I was like, I screenshotted her my phone, and I think it was like 20 something here. And I was like, yeah, go enjoy your time. I'm like,
it's supposed to get close to 80 tomorrow, I think. I mean, that's what it is down here. Hey, it's 80 degrees. It feels like 83.
Jeez.
That's crazy,
That's crazy.
Nuts.
I don't even know what mine is. Yeah, it's 39 here, so that's actually not bad. Better than I thought.
Right. But after a while, I mean, you can be in a t-shirt and 39. I remember one time down here, it was like 30 all week. This was on high school. And then by the end of the week, I was wearing a regular shirt, in 30-degree weather,
Wow. Yeah, that's awesome.
But like I said, as long as the wind doesn't blow and you got sun, but if you got overcast, that 30 degrees can be deadly,
Yeah.
It's the difference having 30 degrees in the sun and 30 degrees in clouds, and a wind chill.
Oh, totally.
What kind of IPA you got there, Justin?
We're still trying to finish up the summer ones we bought, man. It's a Sweetwater Brewing Company.
Sweetwater 420.
Yep.
And I just had
my husband's favorite beer. They don't sell.
I just had the other day. I had the Sweetwater 420, and it's called Strain. Oh my God! It literally smelled like a bag of weed. I was like, I stopped at the bar and they're like going, hey, we got this new beer. They go, have you had Sweetwater 420? And I was like going, yeah. I go, I've had that. And they're like, well, we got a new one. It's like a version of that. And they go, it's like really dank. And I was like going, all right. I go ahead. Go ahead and pour me a glass. So, and he goes, and on the tapper, it was like it looked like a a fish with like bones and stuff like that. Like it was like and then there was like pot leaves all over this the tapper. And so anyway, he brought it to me. You know, I always smell it first, and I was like going, "Oh my god!" I go, "This literally just smells like a glass of weed, man." It was not that I know what weed smells like. I just assumed that's what it was.
Really, Andy.
Andy, did you ever find like it's called a Beta beer up there?
Yeah. We get a Beta.
Do they make it down here?
Yep. Yeah, actually, I got a Beta tin tacker hanging in my garage of the Purple Haze.
Right.
I think that's one of their more popular beers, but yeah.
Beer too.
So, Andy, did you just see that they have Sweetwater by you? You can buy it.
They just started distroing it here not long ago. So I know we get 420. We get that's when I do see it's 420. If it's 420 in the IPA or the pale, I know there's a pale that we get, and there's I don't know a couple other ones that I do see once in a while.
This is the triple tail. This is a pale ale.
Okay.
The other ones we got like the
it's like a party pack.
Yeah, the party pack because
But seriously, my husband's favorite beer. He used to drink it when he was down south in Georgia working as a golf pro. You couldn't find it anywhere up here. They don't sell it up here. And I actually looked into buying a keg and having it like mailed up here.
Oh my gosh.
For him for Christmas a couple of years ago. He's
That's
like,
awesome.
it's the best beer ever.
Yeah. So you're in Minnesota. I'm like a big Surly fan. Like I like
well, if they have it by you, they have to have it somewhere around here. Like it has to be in Wisconsin, and Hudson, Wisconsin's probably 40 minutes from us. So I'm sure I could find it if I called around. So now I'm going to call around.
The Sweetwater, you mean?
Gift ever. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be all right. Man, you got to talk to my wife. I got to get her to get me a keg of beer. She would lose her mind. I gotta
get a kegerator.
Well,
I want to buy one.
I basically have a garage. My garage fridge is just full of. It's just full. It's bad. I always got different stuff out there. Honestly, well, I guess I didn't post it this year. Black Friday, you know, everybody's out shopping. I stand in line at the liquor store. Goose Island does a special release. It's their Bourbon County. It's a bourbon barrel type of stout. They do it every year, and they release it on Black Friday. So me and all the beer nerds in town, we're all standing at the liquor store because then they release like super rare versions of it, like they call them variants, and those are the ones that I really really want. And I'm like, yeah. So that's what I do on Black. I haven't worked a Black Friday in 13 years. And that's what I'm doing. I'm staying. My wife was like, "Hey, no, I'm not going nowhere. I'm gonna be at the liquor store." I go, I gotta get my Bourbon County. I go, then we're good.
I felt out
the liquor
that.
store.
I went and got a
Black Friday is the only time they do it on sale. What do you got there? Wicked
I
Grove?
really want a beer, but I don't have any booze.
Is that hard cider?
Yeah, it's a hard cider.
Is that like a hard? Nice. Good for the
hard
year.
apple cider. It's pretty good.
I need to go buy some booze, I think.
Actually, I had something really good the other day. I should post a picture. I should post a picture and recipe on my Instagram because it was really really good. It's the hard cider. It's actually like you take regular apple cider and you mix it with I put it like in a coffee cup, and then I'll put like a shot of Captain Morgan's Jackal Blast. So it's their pumpkin spiced rum. It's amazing. You put like a shot or 2 shots of that in like a coffee cup, and then just top it off with regular just apple cider. Throw it in the microwave, for about an. Oh my God, it was so good.
Can't hardly go wrong with spiced rum.
No, I love good spiced rum and
good stuff. We got some spiced rum in St. Lucia.
Oh, okay.
It was so good. So good. We finally found a place in the U.S. that sold it, and we got more. So you was talking about standing in line. Yeah, we had to go to Annapolis, Maryland, to get this rum.
Wow. That's crazy.
I have to go venture out in the blizzard to go to the liquor store now.
Amazon. If you get Amazon Prime now, they can do booze deliveries now.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah. If your area does the Prime now, you can pay for 1 hour delivery to get booze delivered to you. Yep.
That's awesome.
Oh, well, I know I'm definitely not in one of those areas. Like I said, we're basically a real rural farm almost type of community. They're not rushing me out of. God,
I think it's
awesome.
I think it's funny that we would not even really trying. We got a panel of like 80% clothing sellers because it's getting rarer and rarer to find people that are that majority clothing on YouTube.
Yeah,
I think that's pretty funny.
Well, it's weird, but I mean, but the clothing it's so saturated, but it's such an easy entry level market though, now. But it's like for me, for as long as I've been, doing, I source so different now than what I did 3 years ago. And it's funny seeing like new clothing sellers that are coming in, seeing the things that they pick up.
Yeah.
Because there'll be times I'm in a store, it's like I will actually hand them things that I used to pick up. It's like, hey, here you go. You might want this. It's going to sell for, it's going to sell for maybe $15, or it's going to sell for, I don't know what their margin is and how they do things, but it's like, I'm really not picking up the stuff that I'm only going to make $12 on or $13 on anymore. I'm focusing on more, I'm going to get at least $25 to, $35 on, clothing.
Gross. When you're talking your margins, like the 25, 35, is that like gross, like or net?
Net. I for clothes. Honestly, clothes, like I want a bare minimum net of $15. That is my bottom line. I will not pick up. I usually will not pick up any clothing unless I can net $15. It's just not worth. It's for me because I have a full-time job. It's just not worth my time. It's not worth my time
to do the listing and everything. Yeah, I agree.
Right.
For me, it's $10, which is equals to, because I've done the math. It takes me 8 minutes to do a clothing listing, 2 minutes to pack the order. So I figure $1 per minute is okay. So like $10 net is my like bare minimum. Obviously, I want to be above that, but that's kind of like my bread and butter. Is minimum is $10.
Yeah, and see, for me, it takes me a little bit longer because I have a little bit of editing time into my stuff, but it's just because like
your stuff looks really good.
But it is, I put that a couple extra minutes in, but I think a lot of times that allows me to get a couple extra dollars out of my item.
100% agree. 100% agree with you on that. Yep.
Yeah. It's is it necessary? No. But is it worth it? It's kind of a coin flip for me. Yeah, it's probably worth it. But, and then even like with Poshmark, like when I do put stuff over there, like I have the exact same photos, but my lead photo, when I go to Poshmark, I put a logo of whatever the brand is. So if it's like American Eagle, if it's Pendleton, if it's Orvis, Brooks Brothers, whatever it is, I have their little logo because it seems like on Poshmark, they tend to scroll, like a lot of times you go to somebody's closet and you just scroll through, a lot of times they don't sort by a brand or whatever. They want to see what's in your closet. So I have this like big logo that kind of pops out as they're so they can tell like, it's a Harley Bar and Shield. They know, this Harley stuff, or this is my Nike stuff. These are my Under Armour items. They see those as they're, so they'll tend to stop.
Yeah.
Yep. No, I 100%. I'm really good friends, and I'm not going to name him because I don't know what's the name out there. But if you see him, the guy that has like the ties on the black glass on Poshmark or eBay or Mercari or wherever, I'm really good friends with that guy. He does that. He puts the logo in the picture.
I know exactly who you're talking about, and I've seen those, and his photos are beautiful. They look so professional. I mean, that I know exactly. Yeah, I've actually like looked at his stuff to like
he's
kind of analyze a little bit.
Yeah, he's selling those ties for like $190, $80 to $100.
Yeah, I was because that was the thing is I was like looking at his, and I was like, oh my god, I cannot believe the money he's getting out of these ties. Yeah, and some of them were just regular ties. I mean, they were like
nothing special, like sports and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
and I was like, crazy. Holy crap! I go, this guy's getting some, and they were still even just pre-owned. But I was like, but it's just the presentation. He's putting a little bit more into it, but he's getting it out of it.
I'm going to tell you right now, he is the hardest working reseller that I know. Period.
Who is this?
I'm not gonna name him because I don't know who wants to.
Do I know them?
You might, but
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, I got you. He has over 10,000 items. He has over 10,000 items listed across all platforms. All of his Amazon for the most part is merchant fulfilled. Wow. He is doing this part time, and he's grossing about 20,000 a month.
Holy crap!
Yeah, he's one of the hardest working guys I know, man. I mean, I talk to him every day. I have a little little secret Facebook chat we do.
Sure.
He's a really good guy. really good guy, good family guy.
Wow, that's really awesome. Yeah, I've actually seen his stuff because yeah, he does have a ton of listings and what have you. So yeah, and that's the thing is like especially on Poshmark, yeah, you see some of those people's like closet stuff that are like really eye catching, and those are the ones like for me that I stop and I look at. You know, it's like, okay, is there something I can implement from one of these what they're doing into what I'm doing? And that's actually what kind of got me, you know, where I'm kind of putting the logos. And I don't do it with shoes because of my shoes. I use the brick background, so you can't really, you know, you can't necessarily see that as well, that logo as well. But, you know, with all my shirts and that sort of stuff, you know, I do put that logo out. And I think that really helps. And there's a lot of people on Poshmark that do have logos for like their jeans and their other stuff like that. So,
yeah, I tend to shy away from it on eBay because I feel like it's a good way to get zeroed because they don't mind you selling their product.
Right.
Yeah.
So have you guys heard about this the Dyson Airwrap stuff?
No, I haven't.
It's this huge like curling iron thing kit for of course females or males or whatever. It's for whoever, but they're like $500 retail. Well, they sold out instantly. And people are flipping them for, you know, $800, $1,000. I didn't get any, but yeah, it's nuts. It's a freaking curling, like a dryer curling iron thing. I'm like,
come on, Lauren, how do you not know about this thing?
I'm kind of lazy.
I have no need.
I just found it nuts. Even retail for this thing to be $550.
So it's not something like you go buy at Walmart for $500 unless you really got the pocket to buy it.
Yeah, and they're only sold in like Sephora's. Have you heard of a Sephora store?
Yeah.
They're only sold at like those places, and yeah, people are flipping them.
My credit card's heard of Sephora.
Yeah.
My credit card has definitely heard of Sephora.
Yeah, my niece loves that place. So
yeah.
But it's things like that. I had no idea what this was, and I would have no reason to know what it is. But I was too late to the game. But it's like, it's crazy. Yeah. That's a lot of money to risk, though. $550 to make, you know, $100, $200 profit. I mean, I would probably do it, but you know.
Yeah.
You imagine if
Michelle Lathan said all the YouTube hair gurus all have it.
Yeah. That's kind of ironic because I don't have any hair, but you know.
You and me both.
Mine air dries.
I have no need for it. I have hair, but no need for it. But I'm always I got a couple. I'm a little bit. I'm 33, so you know, still relatively young. But I'm surprised my wife didn't tell me about it. She's 31. She keeps up with that stuff better than I do.
I'm 33 too.
Yeah. My wife used to be a beautician, so she knows a lot. It's kind of nice when we do sometimes go sourcing because she always like goes to that area, like whenever, you know, we're in a thrift store or for garage sales, and she knows that sort of stuff. Or like me, like I'll look right over that, you know, sort of stuff. But yeah, there's different times she'll grab something. She's like, hey, this is like really high. You know, you're gonna want this, or you know, sometimes she'll even find product. And I was like, okay, I can't ship liquids. She's like, no, I just want this. She goes, this is like really good.
Oh, nice.
I've sold all kinds of that stuff, you know, curlers, blow dryers, and if you guys haven't heard the story about the SkinCeuticals haul I found one time, it's some old videos.
I'm not going to catch that one. I don't think I've seen that one yet. I'm working through your backlog because I didn't even know about your channel until you told me about it in the chat the other day.
Yeah.
So I'm working through the backlog. I like when I find someone I like to watch all of their videos. Like I've seen all of Lonnie's, I've seen all of Andy's.
Yeah.
Don't tell me you've seen them all, because man, them early ones are absolutely horrible.
Hey, every one of
Andy,
us.
I've only been doing the YouTube thing for a month, and the first 3 videos I put out, I want to delete, but I'm not going to.
Oh yeah. I have actually deleted a couple, but you know, like I think I was talking to Lonnie about that one day. I think we were in like an after show chat or something on the 6-pack, or we were all kind of talking one day, and I think Lonnie was the one who was telling me, he said that he watches the very first video of like anyone new that he, you know, sees. And yeah, I mean, everybody's video is horrible. They are. They're all horrible, you know, but you know, it is what it is. But yeah, it's still fun to. What's that?
I think my first video is a 6-pack video.
Yeah, I think yours is.
It is. Yeah.
Yep. And then your channel blew up.
Yeah, after I did my single live, my channel blew up after that. Of that Poshmark haul.
Yeah, I got a little bit over 500 subscribers in my channel. That's all I got.
Yeah, we need anyone that's
Then
in the
now
chat that's not subscribed to Glenn the Swamp Picker. Please go subscribe to him.
Yeah,
He's
definitely.
a good guy. And
and I'll
great
put a link to Glenn's channel. He's been on here. I'll put a link to Glenn's channel in the description below. I think I've got one for you, Justin, one for Mike, and one for Lauren. So yeah, I'll definitely add Glenn. He's been on here the whole time. Glenn's a good guy. Glenn finds some good stuff too on occasion.
I need to list my good stuff. That's my problem. I buy and don't.
Do they have this is a question I've been meaning to ask Glenn for like a long time. It's like is like church sales like a huge thing down there where you're at? Because like you're always at some church sale, and it's like I rarely run across a church sale ever.
We got a few of them, like do it every year. If you saw that one video where I was hitting the sale like 7 o'clock, and there must be I hit it before 7. Passed by, I got there about 7:15 or so, about 7. Nobody parking. It was an 8 o'clock sale, but I passed by, I saw a lady walking across the street, and I said, "Hey, what would it take me to get in? Can I, answer with $20 donation and get me in?" Because I knew they had signs out for the last 2 months that say drop off material here, so I knew they had to have a whole bunch of stuff.
Sure.
And all that. So she went inside. I said, "Well, wait a moment." Some guy comes out, puts his thumb out, and does the thumb up deal and say, "I'll park it real quick." And I said, I had the whole place to myself for about 45 minutes to an hour.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Nice.
So I got like a
my god,
a go golf bag, which I still got next door, but I paid high up for that for like $20 because it's still all the rivets were rusted, but it was brand new, like still kind of in the plastic type deal stage, but it wasn't in plastic. A golf glove that still had the tag on it, sold that already. Paid high for that, $20. But everything else, like all the clothing, like $1, $2, knickknacks. I even found a head of a trophy, whatever, like a bass, but it was heavy. Took that off, sold it separately for like $10 or $15 plus shipping and all that. So that $20, kind of, might have been kind of high bribe to get in, but it paid off. And I got them to write me a receipt on that $20, so I could put on my taxes.
Nice.
But they did tell all the people, say if anybody else wants to get in early, tell them $20. And one guy paid $20. He was a jewelry guy, but he said they didn't have nothing, so he took a loss that day,
Yeah, that's actually that's actually like a really good idea to actually and just get a receipt for it because then you get the write off. So
this sale had a lot of things. I've been to others before, and all that, and I'm glad I did bribe myself in because they had nothing, But this one, if they have it again next year, I would go up there and say, "Hey, well, $20 get me in." I'm the guy last year that paid $20. Well, they had a gymnasium, side rooms, and it was packed.
Yeah, because I think I remember watching the one, and it was like this just huge gymnasium that you were in, and I was like, "Oh my god!" I'm like, "Yeah," and you're always at like it just seemed like you were always like making posts from like these church sales, and I was like, "Holy cow!"
I did a live video outside, near my truck,
Right.
Some guy was trying to back up into my space, so that's when I kind of closed it down. I did like a 5-minute video of what I bought that day.
That's awesome. Glenn's secret way to jump sales. That's awesome.
We don't get a lot of church sales down here.
No, we don't hear either. Yeah. I mean, maybe there might be like 1 or 2 a year. I mean, like I rarely ever find a church sale where I'm at.
There's, we have like a church on every block here because we're like in the middle of suburbia in Chesterfield County in Virginia. But there's like a church everywhere, but they never have sales. And when they do, like they'll do like the yard sales out in the parking lot, and it's mainly like thrift store vendors that end up like filling those spots because they sell the spots, and it's just it's just typical thrift. I'm sorry, like flea market vendor stuff.
Right. Do you do auctions as well then, Justin, or no? Or
I do estate sales.
Oh, estate sales. Okay.
Yeah, so we have a here in Virginia, in this part of Virginia, at least, we have this place called Dixon Auction, and they do online estate sales where you can actually like review the product that you're bidding on, and I'll bid on. That's how I get a lot of my electronics stuff like that. It's estate sale auction.
Yeah, it's really hard to do estate sales here where I'm at because the people that run the estate sales in my area that kind of pretty much take care of like a 3-town area, they're also resellers. So it makes it like, and they know, like all their stuff. So it's like everything is like almost above retail day one. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like you can't touch any because they know what everything is. And, you know, they also know that if this stuff doesn't sell, they're going to end up with it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's almost like a win-win for them. You know what I mean? It's really, really difficult.
Because I bought a army jacket like for $2 or something like that. You know, a field jacket from the 40s.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the first day of the state sale, like a Thursday, actually, but what they call the preview day. You know, they give out wine and cheese and stuff like that. And it's by two sisters, but they don't test electronics. I'm saying, well, anywhere I can plug it in to make it work? So we don't test them, you know. Well, hey, if you don't test it, you should discount it, you know. This should be $100, man, if you haven't tested it. Make more money, but I'll tell you, I actually got like the phone here, the phone over there. I found 3 of them at garage sales, AT&T phones, and all that digital right out. And I paid like $2 for one, I think $1 for one, and $5 high up. And I paid one reason I paid $5 for more because I knew the others worked, you know, here. So I paid $5 for that one, you know. But I got them in all 3, you know, offices, you know, and all that. Of course, those cheap phones, but you go Sunday. One of the sales, you know, I went on a Sunday like 4 o'clock, and they closed at 5. And it was fill a basket, so it was like $5 or $10. But I found a big, like, not a VCR, but a big light projector. And I said, hey, I can't get it in the basket, you know, so $2, you know, and all that, you know, and it had like 35 on it.
Yeah, Thrifty Santa says church sales are great for sourcing. Yeah, probably for you and Glenn, but man, like I said, here you can't find anything in a church sale here. Unless it's like books. Seems like if you probably did books, that's the thing I see like a ton of is like old books at church sales.
They're bad here too.
Yeah, I've tried to get into the book game. I like
books
the thrill
are boring.
Of the hunt.
You know,
that's why I love this job. Is I love the thrill of the hunt, and I know I could probably make an extra $2,000 a month if I got into books hard. And I know how to scan quick. I was a manager of a Books a Million, which I don't know if you guys are familiar with that chain. It's like Barnes and Noble. I did that for years. You know, doing inventory, scan. It's just, I just can't. I just don't want to get into the book game. I get stupid because I'm leaving money on the table, but I'll leave that to the people that enjoy it.
And one like Diane's, I don't think that's wrong bribing yourself in. You know, that's $20 extra they get that church. You know, it's not like they're gonna pocket. You know, one of them pocketing it. You know.
That's not good.
A lot of places do early bird.
They did pocket it.
I had places charge $5 to get early bird. You know. I've never done that before, but you know. I bet they do it next year. Have an early bird, you know, deal. So if you went in early, you know, $20.
I mean, I think it's smart, you know, because then they could, you know, use that extra money to,
right.
And yeah.
Because I mean, they had, like I said, when they opened that up, the doors opened up. They had like 30 people bashed, you know, came to that door within a minute, you know.
Yeah.
And they probably had over 100 people during the day, and it was a 3-day sale. So I went back Saturday a little bit towards the end of the day, and I actually went back Sunday.
Well, I actually just got an email from someone who just watched either this video here to see my clear cover for that TI, or had watched when I was doing that haul video yesterday. Actually, just messaged me, and this is the thing I love with YouTube, and you know, like just this whole thrifting, you can learn so much. So this guy actually just messaged me. His name's Rick, and he said the clear cover is from a TI 83 Plus Silver. So there you go. I didn't know. So now that makes me wonder, where's that TI 83 Plus Silver at? So, I mean, because I picked this up at my Goodwill. So apparently there might be a TI. And I actually asked the guy when he was, because I found this on the rolling cart. He was bringing this out. I scooped it up. And I asked him if there was any more scientific. You didn't say anything about Texas. I go, hey, do you guys get any more scientific calculators in back? I go, I need one more. And he was like, no, he goes, that's the only one we got. But I was like, you know what? I go, I bet there's now a silver one sitting in the back room. And yeah, he actually sent me 2 photos for reference. So yeah, that's you know, and obviously I don't know if you guys know, I'm sure probably know, you know, with the TIs, but the silver ones are definitely worth a little more than the regular ones. So
absolutely.
Yeah, that's it was definitely great information. So yeah, that's the thing I love with, you know, doing these sort of videos, sharing this type of stuff is, you know, people get in touch with you, and you know, I'm just always learning from everybody, man. That's so great.
Absolutely. That's the key to it, right? You always got to be learning with this job, because I don't care if you think you're an expert in anything, you're not.
No.
You know.
Yeah, there's.
You want to know enough. I think Mike said this. Correct me if I'm wrong, but he said in one of his videos he's enough to be dangerous. Mike, I want to say I heard that on one of your videos. But I watch a lot of your YouTube when I'm going to sleep, so not sure, but I'm pretty sure he said you know enough to be dangerous and everything.
Yeah, Mike drops some one-liners every once in a while that are pretty good.
Yeah.
I say I'm a jack of all trades, a master of none.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
And that's a fact. And no matter how long you've been doing this, you will never know everything.
No.
Ever.
I think that's one thing though that keeps me motivated as well as, and you know, kind of like Justin, it's with that thrill of the hunt, but still just learning new stuff. I mean, you know, I would hate that every day I just get up, I do the same thing. You know, I get up, I go to work, I come home, I watch some little TV, I go to bed.
Yeah.
It would be just, you know, God, I couldn't even imagine that, you know.
No, I did the whole, you know, college degree. I got a bachelor's and a master's, and I did the office thing with the cubicles, and I thought I was gonna go crazy. So yeah, it was either go postal or go to the thrift store. So I just went to the thrift store. And, yeah.
I was about there with you, Mike. That's why I made the decision. You know, I've been reselling casually since 2005, but I was and here's the thing. You know, it's a good thing though. Like when I left the job, I don't care. They're not going to watch this. I worked for a company called Track America, and we were basically a management firm for debt attorneys. And when I left, they threw a lot of money my way, and it would have been a lot more than I'm making now as a reseller. Wow. But it's just, you know, there's a difference between money and happiness. And I'm going to take happiness.
Definitely. Yep.
My wife on some days might not agree when I have to be like, no, we can't really do that actually, but we used to. And I'm like, but
Sorry, my chips are really loud. That was really loud.
You're fine.
I was actually laughing at Nathan Edding's comment. He says jail or prison issued electronics have clear plastic cases.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
You got a shiv in your TI.
Yeah, I got a shiv in my TI. Oh my gosh. We actually been binge watching Sons of Anarchy. We started watching the Mayans. I had never watched Sons of Anarchy way back in the day when it was on. I could just never get. Yeah, right. I could never get into it. Everybody always talked into it, but it was always because I would like try to jump in instead of watching from the beginning to, you know, I'd always like try to catch an episode but never got into it. So we started watching Mayans when that one started, and I was like, I really like this. We checked on Netflix and it was like, hey, they got like all, I think was it 7 years or 7 seasons or whatever it is. And I was like, you know what, we should start watching. So we started watching a couple episodes and it's like, oh my God, this is like really good. But yeah, there's a lot of, prison scenes and people getting shivved and what have you in there. But yeah, it was a really good show. eBay, what was it?
I just slammed myself in the face with a chip because I was watching you talk.
All right, I'm gonna excuse myself for just a second. I'll be right back. You guys can carry on.
Ow. Well, hey guys, we're on his channel. He's gone, so this is where you drop off your profanities.
Everyone started doing really weird stuff. I can't believe 40 people are still watching us.
After this long, I know.
I barely said anything in the last hour.
I figured after an hour, everybody would bail, so they'd have been going.
Look, I've done the Bearded Picker show twice now. His Tuesday and Thursday morning shows, and that is the craziest show to get on because literally it starts off reselling, you get into politics, and then it turns into some craziness. And I remember the first show, Scott would tell you, the first show I was on, it was like, it got really into politics. I was just sitting there like, no. I try not to talk about that stuff. Like, I'm very opinionated on certain things, but I know what people are here to see me for, and it's not to hear my opinion.
Nope. Yeah.
My opinion. You're welcome to message me on Facebook.
Well, at least for my own channel, I have 2 hard and firm rules, and that is no politics and no religion. And that's it.
Dude, that's the rule for like period. Yeah.
Other than that, about anything goes on my channel.
Yeah. Y'all see my live shows. I'm sure when I eventually get monetized, half my videos aren't going to be monetized. So it is what it is. I try to be good with my mouth, but
Yeah.
No, they will be. You wouldn't. There's ones, the 6-pack way back shows on my channel. that I can't believe
Ka-ching,
are
ka-ching.
monetized. Like,
Was that you, Justin?
Really?
People are talking about like super weird stuff. I think there's one where Steve and Steph are talking about like nipple lactation or something.
That's not that old. That's not that long ago. Lauren, that's not that long ago. That the nipple, because I was in that one. The nipple lactation episode was like, I want to say like one of like the fourth or fifth last ones y'all did.
And then there's one where Jory's talking about strippers. So if those get monetized, then you have nothing to worry about.
As soon as you said that you're not monetized, I said, well, that must be Steve and Steph talking. You know.
I do miss being in a show with them once a week, though. They're so much fun.
Oh my gosh.
They're the craziest people to watch on YouTube. I think they're hilarious.
They're just always fun.
Dang, Andy, while you were gone, we slipped into nipple lactation and politics that quick.
Holy cow, there goes the monetization of this channel. I leave for 3 seconds and the whole channel goes right off the rails. That's funny. Yeah, Jory is. I miss talking to Jory. Jory, man, I'm telling you what, that guy, he knew a lot. He knows a lot of stuff. But man, he's got, what is it? Was it a restaurant or a flea market or something like that? He's kind of taking on
flea market / restaurant.
Like a combo.
Yeah, yeah. I seen some pictures of it the other day. It looked really, really cool. I think he's done like a lot of work on that himself.
What are you drinking there, Andy?
You guys, I think this is like Snow Nami 2018. I can't across the street.
Yeah. I'm drinking Jameson and ginger ale.
Nice.
I don't have booze. No fair. That's
delicious.
I'm drinking
not something I thought I would ever drink because I'm not a fan of ginger ale, and I'm really not a big whiskey drinker. But I had somebody. I think I was at the bar. I was at the bar one night. We were watching football, and I drank a lot of beer, and I was like, man, I want something different. And he goes, well, you want something a little lighter? And I was like, going, yeah. I go, just surprise me, make me anything. I don't care. So he goes, this is what I drink. He goes, I really like it. He goes, it's smooth, it's easy to drink, blah blah blah. So he made it, and he puts a little bit of lime juice in it. So it's it's like just Jameson ginger ale and a little bit of lime juice. Oh my God, it's delicious. Yeah, I mean, it's it's not overly. What do I need to do?
This is coming from ex-bartender.
Right.
Go get 2 gingers. It's a type of whiskey. It's called 2 gingers. Get that.
Hang tight.
And mix that with diet ginger ale. And
he has it.
And it's
he has it. What you want to bet he has it?
No, that's my favorite. That's like my favorite.
I think he's grabbing the stuff.
Yeah, he has
that or tequila mixed with like some sort of juice. But it's so good.
See, I when it comes to liquor, I can only do dark. Oh, he's got it.
I actually just found I found 2 of these glasses the other day for like $0.25 a piece, and I really, really tried not to buy glassware, right? But just some about it was like going, this just looks different. I'm like, I figured it was like a small batch or it was like, a different type of brewery. And I'm like going, something just told me to look it up. And I think these glasses were they were either like 10 cents or $0.25 piece. They were super, super cheap. So I quick did like a Google search or what.
They're promotional freebie glasses. I can tell by looking at them. They were handed out like as a prize or something.
Yeah, and they were selling for like $20-$25 for like a pair. Mm-hmm. And I was like going, shit, for 50 cents. I go, I'll scoop them things up, no problem. So, I don't like shipping glassware, but
dang, Andy, I thought for sure you're gonna. I thought Andy was going to pull out.
If you can find any of the promotional, do it because they're worth a lot of money because it's limited quantities. Like the ones that the distributors hand out, there's only so many of them. So if people collect the stuff, it's worth a lot of money on eBay.
Yeah, there was some other 2 ginger stuff that I kind of seen comps of, and it was actually going for some pretty decent money. And I was like, wow, that's kind of odd. All right. So, okay, what were you saying, Mike?
I don't know. I just thought for sure you're going to pull out a 5th of that 2 gingers and. You know what the deal is, Andy, is like when we were kids, we drank all the cheap whiskey, so we didn't like it as adults.
Right.
There's actually good sipping whiskeys, especially ryes. That's good stuff.
Yeah.
It's not like the old school Jim Beam and stuff.
No, yeah.
Hey, I'll still drink Jim Beam. I mean, I'll have a hangover like hell the next day, but I'll drink it.
Yeah.
Yes, you will.
Yeah, I've been slowly getting into some different bourbons and stuff like that, just kind of appreciating, some stuff like that. But
like I said, get you a decent rye whiskey.
Okay.
Good stuff.
Yeah, I'll take your word on that.
Have
Yeah,
you,
especially because
y'all tried Maker's Mark, right? I like Maker's Mark a lot. I think
Maker's Mark's good stuff.
Yep.
Oh. Tell you, my old back's getting stiff in this chair.
I gotta stand up, man. I don't see it. Y'all look. I don't look. I'm free. I don't sit during my videos.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you said you have everything set as like a pretty much a standing.
Standing office. Yeah, because I told myself when I left the cubicle rat race, I was like, I'm gonna stand. I did retail for 10 years before going into office work, and I just prefer being on my feet. I think I'm more productive.
Though, honestly, that's pretty much how I have this all set up. Like, if you kind of look up over, I have like my laptop, my printer's all up here. That's all right at arm length. So, I mean, so I can stand. I've got, work table over here. I have my mannequin set right at eye level with me. So, I mean, all my stuff is all, but I'm 6'5" too. So the last thing I want to do is be bending down. So, I'm a big, tall guy. So, yeah. And, I do have a little chair down here, but it's more for like, when I do little videos and stuff like that. But yeah, for most of the part, I'm always standing just like you do as well.
Dang it, Andy. I usually feel like a giant, and I'm only 6'2". I go in the store and everybody's like,
yeah, they're like, hey, can you get that? Can you reach that for me? Can you get that in the back of that freezer for me?
I think my wife is an inch taller than I am. I'm like 5'11", and I think she's right at like 6.
Yeah.
If she puts heels on, it's like I don't tell her what to do, but I don't even like it when she wears heels. If we go out, like she's like towering over me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, Justin, I guess I was reading a video where the bag in the box. I started doing that more often now with Pirate Ship.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it?
Yeah. I've seen a lot of sprockets. I'm gonna grab one real quick.
I'm gonna have to check that out, Justin. That bag in the box, the cubic.
Yeah, if you got questions about it,
I ship a lot of items like that, so that's not even an inch.
Yep.
I'm putting a snow picture on my Instagram, so you guys can actually see this. It's great.
The one person on the panel that's not drinking, guys.
Right. Yeah, I definitely got to check out Pirate Ship because actually some of these games I just put up these like a lot of like these 3 games and they're going to weigh about 9 pounds and I was like I do not want to ship those USPS.
You still haven't started Pirate Ship yet, or are you still just?
Yeah, no, it's just I've kind of looked at it just kind of briefly and that's really all the farther I've gotten with it. And like I really don't have anything that's like what I consider like overly heavy to where I need to jump on that, but.
It pays off, like you said, man. Even if it's like 50 cents, and that 50 cents adds up after a while.
It does add up, yeah.
Several hundred packages, it adds up.
Yeah. What I do now is basically anything I'm shipping priority, I'll compare the eBay label price to Pirate Ship on just about everything before I buy the label on eBay now. If it's the same, I'll go ahead and just buy it on eBay because it's a little bit, it's just like.
And what's really nice, you can send out regular.
So I just text my husband. I go, can we go out later? It's like, yeah, that's fine.
And what's nice about
we'll drive through the blizzard and go get booze. I want booze.
Nice about Pirate Ship.
I just put the picture on my Instagram story.
Without going through the post office.
Uh-huh.
Like even like on the auctions, when you do like the auctions on Dwayne's channel and you send everything first class, if it's lightweight stuff, you go to the post office, they're gonna charge you a lot more. Or you just do it 60 cents.
Ching.
Through Pirate Ship.
Yeah, that was neat.
What if you had like 6 sales? I mean, we haven't even been on for an hour and a half. But we had like 6, 7 sales already.
Yeah.
I've only had 2. He's had like 6.
I had 0.
but you gotta remember, guys, a lot of my stuff is volume low. A lot of it is like old crap I'm trying to get figured out. That's part of the reason why I'm best off on it.
Which, not being nosy, and I guess you don't have to share if you don't want. But what is it?
I share everything, man.
Okay, what's your average sale price approximately?
I can tell you. Let me log in. I don't know it off the top of my head, honestly.
Just ballpark. I mean, if you just.
I mean, I would say so I have stuff that's like action figures, right? So a lot of I do over the summer I bought this big action figure lot where it ended up being 40 cents a unit. A lot of it was loose figures, like I don't have any loose ones near me, but and then a lot of them were like new old stock like this.
Sure.
This is one I'm waiting for the guy to pay. But so some of them I got like $70 for with 40 cents buy cost, and then some of them I'm getting like $3-4 for plus shipping. You know,
Sure.
so
So that definitely obviously brings that down.
Right, but like action figures, guys, and if anyone wants to get into figures, let me. And I know you guys probably aren't interested in that, but action figures can be very lucrative. And they're very, very easy to identify, and a lot of people I think that's like the stop zone is like I don't know what these are from.
Right.
Literally, just look at the date on the bottom of the foot and the year. It's always going to be there somewhere on the figure, and then Google image search. Like that's what I do. Like just Google image search, and you'll find it, and you can figure out exactly what series, you know, when it was released, what year, all that fun stuff.
Yeah, I bought 3 of them yesterday. Star Trek, and it was like 1974. They're about 8 inches high. 3 of them.
Wow.
Yeah, if I'm doing a blind buy,
all boxes, they would be $300 easy. You know, all 3 of them together.
And my like for action figures for me, if I'm doing like a blind buy where I'm not real like sure what I have there,
Right.
I won't pay any more than 70 cents a unit. So you just talk down, like if you know you're getting like a big tote of like loose figures,
Right.
like 200 figures, you just do the math real quick in your head and get it down to where you're paying less than 70 cents.
Like
Will
3
not
of them,
lose
get
money.
$10 on 3 of them. You know, so I didn't want to go out for $2, but I said, you know, I did a quick search on just on one of them, you know, and all that, and some of them were doing $50. Even the head by itself.
If you get a chance to do the
I did
research.
$5. I told her $5. Oh yeah, and I said they didn't want to call her. Yeah, we'll take it. You know, they were selling stuff for other people and all that. But like I said, I got that John Wayne head, same location, 25 cents. You know.
Hey, I'm on a YouTube live show. Can I call you back? All right, bye.
Tell her pick up the milk and bread.
I'll be right back, guys.
There are tree branches banging against my house right now. It's kind of scaring me.
So you're in Minneapolis, or what part of Minnesota are you in?
Southern Minneapolis suburbs.
Okay. I've been to a place called Zumbo Falls or somewhere like that, or I'm not trying to remember the name, but they got a big motocross track up there. And, you know, I went up there for that a couple of years.
There's lots of motocross tracks around.
Well, this was actually an outdoor track. It's a national track. You know that? It's the only where they have nationals at. You know, it's not like the local track, but this is where outdoor nationals. You know, on a circuit. But I think it's like somewhere Millville. I guess they call. It might probably Midville, whatever, Millville.
I'm gonna see where that is.
But I know the owner, whatever. He bought it whenever he retired from racing when he was like 30. He's been owning it since then. Like back in '86 or '87, he bought it.
Oh.
Gonna list the Cubs, Andy.
Yeah.
There you go. What are you gonna list that thing for?
Oh, it's kind of by Rochester. Okay. Now I know where it is.
Around 50?
That's probably like an hour away from my house.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know. What do you
Not
think?
too far. So if you ever come up, you'll have to come.
I'm thinking in the 50 range. I don't know.
Yeah.
What's the tag say? What's the tag say on it?
It's brand new with the tags. It's 100% merino wool. No price on the tag, but I only gave $6 for it.
So how many people still watching this?
There was 30.
Like 40. Like yeah. I think there's like 40 right now. Which I mean, it's dropped off a little bit, but I mean, you know, we're just
Yeah.
So we don't have no trolls or anything yet, do we?
No, not really. There's one I got an eyeball on, but you know, I mean,
well, hot chick.
you always got an eyeball on one or two, but
Lauren's the only person with a wrench, so.
You have one, don't you, Glenn?
Yeah, I got one. That's why I said I haven't got.
And I think Mike's got one. I'll give Justin a wrench too. I think. He does.
Oh yeah, I have one. Yeah.
I know sometimes other people see him before. I was in one.
Right. Yeah.
David, the car picker, man, he was knocking them off left and right one time. I said, man, I mean.
Yeah, he's really quick on the trigger, man.
You know, I didn't even see him. You know, before it came up. You know, I just said as soon as it would pop up, it said, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I do all of my videos are live, like 90% of them.
Yeah.
And,
I started doing mine live on my hauls because it's easier.
It is.
Yeah,
It's way easier. You don't have to. Then you don't have all that time editing and everything
I
else.
never edited it anyway. You know, I always just
Right.
go right straight through
I mean, it's still got to. You know, I mean, it still has to process and everything
Right.
else. And
It takes a long time.
It does. It takes a while. So yeah.
But yeah, I do everything live, and I've yet to have anyone come in there and cause any mischief. And like, I think I have like one wrench on my channel right now. I need to make Mike a wrench because he's like generally always in my chat, so I definitely need to give him a wrench.
Yeah, it's perfect time in the morning. Yep.
Yeah, I would give Lauren a wrench, but she's always driving when she's listening, so it wouldn't do much good. I'll still
a lot of times that's even me. I'm usually.
Yeah.
I got
I think we talked about this on the Reseller six pack one time about driving and watching YouTube. I know Scott does it. Zuki he watches a lot of YouTube when he drives. I know Lauren does it. I do it. I'm horrible about it.
I listen to it. I don't like watch, but I'll listen because I really like the talking shows where I can just listen to people talk. That's awesome for me.
Right. Yeah. A lot of times,
and then
like
if I'm
I
at a
find
stoplight, if people are chatting, I chat.
A lot of times I find like I'll watch Mike's stuff and I'll even like Justin's like calls once in a while. Like I watch them on the way to work, you know, because it's dark. It's like really dark in the morning when I go. So like I just kind of like I'll set my phone down and while I'm making my little run, because a lot of times the hauls are shorter videos. So you know I can usually like watch kind of on the way to work, and then maybe by the time I'm on my way back, I'll have it finished. You know, especially like this time of year now, it's
See, that's the thing. With clothing, I love watching. Like a lot of people, like a lot of and I get it, because if you're not into clothing, it's boring. But I personally love watching good clothing resellers haul videos, because there's certain brands, right, that you normally, like, if you're a clothing reseller, like for instance, Nautica. Like new Nautica is not worth picking up. We all know that. Like if you've been in this for a while. But like Nautica competition or like certain vintage Nautica with certain prints, you can get that still commands decent money. You know, it really depends. But like watching other clothing sellers hauls allows you to kind of like expand that knowledge, I feel like, a little bit. Or like today, Andy, you messaged me on Facebook asking me about those Michael Strahan shirts, and I was like, no, right. I was like, no.
Well, yeah, because I was watching your video, and yeah, you kind of like, I'm not really sure about these, but I was like, well, I see them things all the time. I was like, well, maybe he knows something I don't know. And then
I'd never seen them. I've never seen them, so I was like, oh, this might be something good because I've never seen it.
Yeah, and you know, I kind of like it right away when you held up the MSX tag, and then when you turn it over and it has that iridescent or the reflective stripe on the back, I was like, wait a minute, I see them all the time. And then when I was in the thrift that night before when I was doing this haul, I was like, oh, there was two of them. I'm like, wait, I know it's only $3, but I was like, it's either they're $2.99, $3, whatever. I was like, oh, but shit, I don't want to spend $6 or $8 and these things be duds. And I was like, you know, I could have been. I had my hands full of crap. I wasn't carrying a cart, and I was like going, you know what, I'm not Googling these things. I'm just not going to worry about it. And I was like, you know, I'll just hit Justin. I knew I was going to see you probably today. You know, we kind of talked. You said you were thinking about coming on, and I was like, well, I can always just shoot him a message real quick. And I figured, you know what, you'll probably either give me some insight as like, hey, there's a certain model of that, just kind of like with Nautica. Like I don't pick up Nautica, but I will pick up Nautica competition or some vintage Nautica stuff. You know, I mean, there is money in some of that, but yeah, I mean, so it's like, okay, well, maybe there's something in that line that maybe like. Only it's kind of like with Peter Millar polo shirts. Like Peter Millar regular polo, not so good, but Peter Millar summer comfort, pick them up all day long. So, yeah. And I mean, and honestly, even like just Peter Millar button front dress shirts, they don't sell that well for me. I really don't get.
I've had 5 in my store, and like I think I've priced them even as low as $14.99 plus ship, and I still can't move them.
Yeah, actually,
I won't pick up the button fronts.
I was out with when Shane and Rise and Grind Picker and I, we were actually thrifting one day, and I actually left a really nice Peter Millar button front shirt on a rack. But I think it was like it was either a large, it might have been an extra large. It's like, you know, if it was double X, I probably would have grabbed it. But I was like, you know what, I go, I'm not, and I think like at the Goodwill it was like $6.99, so it was even like higher than I would normally pay.
Right.
And I was like going, I am not even. And he goes, you're not gonna. I'm like, no. I go, there's no money, not on those. I said, if it was a summer comfort polo. And, you know, it was kind of getting towards the end of summer, but it was still nice. I was like, I would have probably grabbed it even at $6.99 because I'm still probably going to get 18 to maybe, you know, $20 out of it as far as, you know, in my pocket. You know, I don't know. But I was like, yeah, I rarely ever find those summer comfort ones. You know, some people can find them all day long, you know. And like shit,
But you got-
Mike, he finds like FootJoy stuff like crazy, man. You're always
Yeah.
listening. I really
FootJoy is
like
FootJoy is my bread and butter. I love
Yeah.
FootJoy. FootJoy, Under Armour, like the Heat Gear polos, like the golf polos, and even the Nike Golf Tour Performance. Those are all like my bread and butter. I love selling them.
Yeah, and like where I'm at, I have a hard time running across those. And if I do, they're $10. They're always at least $10.
Yeah.
So
I live
Go
by
ahead.
super fancy golf courses, so I find them all the time around my
Yeah.
house.
Same
Like
here. Like
6
we have 4 golf courses.
miles
We
or
have
less.
4 golf courses surrounding the neighborhood. So it's
Yeah.
and that's why I mess with clothing, because hard goods are hard to come by in my thrifts, especially. So,
Right.
but clothing, I can find decent profit items like every time I walk in. Even if I go in 3 times a day, I'll still pull something new.
Wow.
Guys, I'm gonna take off. I gotta get some work done and all that, and that's for
What you mean you're not getting anything done tonight, Glenn?
What?
You're not
Dang
getting
it.
I'm gonna
anything
work my desk pile next door. I've had a computer next door. I set it up.
done?
You know, all my laundry done at least when I'm doing during the week.
Yeah.
When is your wife, you and wife going to do another auction show? I remember her cutting the head off that clown.
Oh yeah,
That's the
it was
best show ever.
Chad bought that off that
Yeah.
on that clown. Oh my god, yeah, I got that at God, where the heck did we get that? We got that at some garage. It was a garage sale or it's like a school or something had like a big like garage sale. We ended up finding it was this creepy clown. Oh my god, yeah. Chad didn't. Chad hated that thing. Yeah, we did that on Glenn or Dwayne Mothership Products auction show. Yeah.
Yeah, Justin,
Yeah,
you go look at his old videos and look on one for Andy. Where they basically, kill the clown or sell the clown.
Yeah. Chad, he hated that thing, and yeah, I ended up. He paid for it, and then he bought. Oh, he won. I had a Margaritaville visor on my. And he wanted me to auction this visor that I was like, going, well, if you guys want me, I go, I'm fine. You guys get so Chad and they ended up like him and his wife, him and Kim actually started like bidding against each other in this
Yeah, I remember that.
stinking visor.
Yeah, they do
So
that sometimes.
they got that clown, and I think they'd won one other thing. So he was like, hey, Chad sends me a personal message, and he's like, he goes, make sure you do not send that clown. And I was like, he goes, just send the hat and the other thing. And I was like, going, okay, no problem. Yeah, I sent the clown. He texted me. It was pretty funny. But I was like, yeah, I don't want this stupid thing.
That'd be bad luck to even throw it away, probably.
Yeah.
I would have sent it back.
But the video actually got kind of funny because I think there for a while, I kept like moving the clown out into the screen, and it was like it kept showing up like it was. Yeah, it got kind of crazy there for a while.
Oh my
Yeah, she was actually asking me the other day. She goes, "Hey, when are we gonna do that auction show again?" I was like, "Going, babe." I go, "I just didn't get to thrift like I did last year." I go, "I just don't have what I consider good auctionable items." You know, I mean, I have a lot of stuff, but not what I want to put up that would be good for a large crowd to bid on. You know what I'm saying? And I could, get a jewelry bag but my goodwill goes through that stuff.
Right.
So it's like, and I don't want to screw somebody up. I would feel horrible and I don't know enough about jewelry. I'll be the first to admit that I would feel horrible that, somebody run up a jewelry bag or a jewelry jar, $100, and there's $12 worth of jewelry.
Right. Well, I saw, remember the one that Angie bought from you? Man, like what, $200?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean,
I was like going like, so, oh man, and I had some other jewelry I threw in there, another like 10 pounds. So I was like over 20 pounds. But she did a show, me and somebody else she bought stuff off of, and she was saying, oh yeah, this is like 1932, and I had no clue what was in there and all that. So I'm glad she actually found some stuff out of there and sold it. I'm not sure how much she made, but I feel like asking, hey, what was the outcome on all that stuff,
Wow.
Well, guys, I'm gonna take off. I gotta get.
Yeah, Glenn. Yeah, it was. Thanks for popping in. Yeah,
thanks for coming by, man.
Yeah.
Wayne's show. I think Thelma Smith is on there doing jewelry tonight.
Oh, is she? Awesome.
No.
All right. Yeah, I think I'll probably just end this show, and we may just stick around and chat off to the side or whatever. But we have this going on. It was just nice sitting to talk to everybody and stuff, and thought we'd just do something different. Like I said, I've really been missing just kind of hanging out with just like-minded people.
Yeah. That's kind of cool. Like I said, I definitely enjoy it, and all that. But I'll see y'all.
No, yep, definitely, Glenn. Thanks for popping in.
Goodbye.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Glenn.
thanks, buddy.
Yeah, it is nice hanging out with, like, especially, you know, I mean, when, you know, we're doing this sort of stuff, and, you know, I work at 9 to 5, or, you know, whatever. It's not really 9 to 5, but it's a lot longer and weirder hours.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Right.
but, you know, you do miss kind of talking to similar like-minded people about, you know, this sort of stuff. You know, I mean, we end up talking about, you know, stuff that 12-year-old boys talk about, you know, half the time. You know, we're just a bunch of kids.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
I'm getting a ton done right now, so I'll say.
I don't know how you get. I have not got. I got laces put in a couple pairs of shoes. I got batteries put in a thing and tested and found, and that was about all the farther I got, which I really pretty much assumed, you know, that's how things was going to go.
Yeah.
I'm
I
listening.
mean, when we go off air, I'll probably unplug the mic and do photos while we talk. If we can stay
Yeah.
on.
And if somebody's got something or whatever, and I think that's probably what I'm going to do too, because my dog is losing its mind up there. I don't know what is going on.
Did you see
What
Mike's
about
cat earlier, Andy?
Yeah,
I know you love cats. Mike, yeah.
Yeah, I'm assuming maybe it must not be my regular mail person. My regular mail person's really cool. She actually leaves a dog biscuit on top of my mailbox every day.
Oh, that's
But
awesome.
if I get an oddball mail person, they don't leave her a dog biscuit. So yeah, that's actually kind of neat that they do that. So, and like my mail, like in my kitchen, we got big windows, like kind of in my kitchen or whatever. And you get my mailbox is like right there. It's kind of like right off the side, so you can see it. So the dog sits right at the window and loses her mind, unless, like I said, it's my regular mail lady. Then, and kind of like the area where we have a lot of people that like walk their dogs and stuff like that. And I would guess probably the first 2 years that we had, and like I said, my dog's a rescue. We had this dog,
Right.
never barked, never made a sound. We didn't even know if she could bark. We never heard her whine, never did nothing. And then all of a sudden one day it was like she found her voice, and it was like, oh my God, dog, stop. Where's my quiet? You know, I used to like wish it was like going, man, I go, wish this dog would bark once in a while. And now I was like, God, I wish this dog would shut up once in a while.
Hey, real fast, guys. Trina W, I see she's in the chat. So before we go off there, she had asked a question on one of my videos, and I think it would be good to get a bunch of different people's opinions on this. Let me go. Well, I want to make sure. I'm pretty sure it was her. I want to make sure, though, before I say anything. It says something about something. And Trina, I've had 2 beers now, and I'm on my 3rd. So if I'm wrong, I'm sorry. But I'm pretty positive she left a comment. I'm going. Shoot. I can't find it. Sorry. Anyway, I'll answer it in the next video, Trina, if it was you. I apologize.
Oh yeah, Trina's like, oh, what?
Yeah, it wasn't her. It wasn't
Okay,
her. So
definitely
what did
wasn't
I
her.
ask?
Boy, man,
Yeah,
she was
definitely wasn't
on the
Trina.
spot, wasn't she? Full
Definitely wasn't
disclosure.
Trina.
Well, whatever it is, probably answer the question. Whoever asked it.
Yeah,
Someone might want to know.
Yeah,
I don't know who it was.
yeah. If anyone that's still watching has any other questions for us or whatever, you know, go ahead and feel free to punch it in here real quick, because otherwise I'm probably going to log out of here, and I think that we're just going to kind of hang out and stuff like that. So it could have been that dude still out there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. Well, it's been
thanks,
it's been we've been on about an hour and a half, and I had a lot of fun with everybody. So definitely, you know, and if any of you guys who are watching this later and stuff like that, I put links to everybody's channel. So if you guys aren't subscribed to these people, don't know who they are or whatever, there are links there. Please go subscribe to their channels, check them out. These guys are all a lot of really knowledgeable people, and stuff like that. So anyway, guys, yeah, I'm gonna log off of here, and thanks for coming out, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.